Adam UAR.
And let me get Chad over to Blue 4 as well.
You know, this is growing on me. Having master plan as the setups on for rounds.
Alrighty, we're gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. Sphere, get your company together.
All right, I need a second platoon leader.
Pretty happy
Somebody
with
out
it.
in second platoon. If you've got the nuts to lead tonight, just hop into that slot, because we are going to need both platoon leaders for this. Thank you, Helios.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
All right. Let's see. Do a quick look over. If you are in a team that does not have a team leader or a squad leader,
Severe
I do still
taking
expect you
command
to
versus
get in touch with your
Pierce.
platoon lead. Other than that, looks like we're pretty much
Hey, Ash. How you doing, my man?
Alrighty, Pierce, 60 seconds on the clock. Get your company together.
You know what? This is overdue.
Two platoon. Cheers. Can we get someone to take that second platoon, two platoon?
I gotta give you more work, buddy.
I know Private CO wanted it.
You can have it.
Go
It's
for
his
it,
lucky
CO.
day. Oh, it's just been taken. So, if you want it.
Just takes me a while to process everything. Yep.
Thank you, Pierce.
You get a job now, Yash.
I
Congratulations.
We're pretty much good to go.
Alrighty, let's.
You are being promoted.
All right.
Please do not resist.
From one of these groups. Are we pushing it? Actually, no. No,
Push to the map screen.
All right, so I'm going to be a little delayed here because once again, it's the first round, which means that people are going to take another like 5 minutes to randomly trickle in the multi-twitches to myself, and then I got to get that sent to...
Unload Cup Air vehicles.
Hell Valley. Oh dear. Made by Virgin Twig King, deflowered by Arcor. That was something.
By Arcor.
Excuse me?
Alrighty, Mission Maker, can I get a brief?
Attacking the hill, there's 3 sectors, non-sequential. There's bunkers or houses. Gotta clear them out and take them. Hill is scattered with bunkers and defenses marked on map. Besides that,
I've got no comment.
Blue 4 has 2 M2 MRAPs that are vanilla style, but the turrets are not vanilla, and 2 MT40s. Besides that, transport. And defense has
2. There's only 1
50 cal
written on the
statics and
roster.
2 50 cal trucks.
No, what's that? Don't worry. He's sobered up. I had a long chat with him about that. Hopefully he won't ear rape the channel again. Thank God Yash had me set up noise gates, otherwise that would have been painful.
Non-sequential.
Nice. No questions.
Alright, jumping up a channel here, not seeing any more multis. It's a bit smaller on the multi, but that means you've got more streams you can focus on at once. Round 1 for NAFNF has begun, and it is quite a foggy one. Can't even page up here. I'm gonna go ahead, tab out, and change my name back to Liru, because I always rename myself to advertise that they can give me their URLs and things are fine. But here we are up for spawning in, right under our camera here. He said it was non-sequential. Okay, no, all of those sectors are highlighted. Gotcha. And they're square sectors instead of circle, interesting enough. Op 4 is mainly a Russian-based group, 545 weaponry. Marksman is a 10-round SVD, that makes sense. PKPs, RPG 32, yep, nothing truly special. The bald CSAT guys just means, you know, people are still loading in the server and getting their kits. No desync is always nice to see. We've got 2 transport trucks, 2 armed UAZs with some Dishkas, and then somewhere around here there are 4 HE statics. I have no idea where they are though. I don't see them. Oh god, and the fog layer is screwed, and they... this is why I never do dynamic fog on my Zeus missions, because it creates this, like, weird chunky thing of the fog, like, opening up like this. Oh, that's gonna be trippy as fuck to play in. There goes the fog. That's kind of a cool opening, but it will come back. Or it won't. I don't know. The fog layer just got completely lifted there.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
But I cannot find these 4 static Dishkas here. I know they're around here somewhere. They're written down in the mission template. But I guess we'll see them later.
And once again, it seems I don't even know what to describe it. I'm too tired for this. I'm late. That's about it. How are you doing?
Okay. I'm alright. I was just going over the fact that Op 4 is all standard Russian kits. I cannot find their 4 Dishkas, but I know they're around here somewhere. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm sobered up from the end
Good.
of the last round.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Yeah, I had some nice dinner and some water, but I'm ready to get drunk again, I guess.
GT,
But
thanks for the 30-month resub.
Yeah, a little sector defense thing. Good way to start out the NA round.
Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you're staying safe on COVID, and I hope you get a kick out of this one.
Curious as to where those 4 Dishkas are.
Oh, I found them. Okay, so they're by the command. It's supposed to be a command BTR. Yeah, okay, now it looks like command BTR. I see 3. We've got 2 standing and a sit down. Someone might have already taken one of them, but I was also told there were 2 M2 MRAPs, even though that was written down as 1. But I'm gonna go over and look at Blue 4 real quick. And yeah, we only have 1 armed one. Okay. And then we've got 2 M240s. One of them's a slightly different one. It's got a canopy tied to it. And he mentioned it was the vanilla one, but not the vanilla one. It's like the real model that RHS has. So it's not the Crow system. We saw Crow systems used in round 1 in EU, and honestly, they were pretty dope. But
yeah,
the only reason one side lost was because they didn't use their sides effectively compared to the attacking team. But that's enough on that.
I agree with that. Yeah. I think we said pretty much all.
GT, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Going. I hope you thank GT for that sub. I hope you all keep enjoying the ops.
Yeah, Russians and who are Blue?
Stay safe from COVID.
Bog
Hope you get a kick out of this.
Marines? Looks like it.
And we have a SOCOM Little Bird with the side benches and a camera. Mountain, of course, flying that. You always see Mountain flying. I don't know why he's spooling up. Usually they're not allowed to do that till the op actually starts, so... That's weird. But otherwise...
Why is he...
He just...
And we're off to a great start.
All right. Well, I would assume he did that on purpose.
I don't think... Yeah, he's Delta, but he doesn't have a pilot's helmet, so I don't...
Yeah, there's no pilot on the roster, so I'm assuming they did that on purpose. I would hope they did that on purpose.
Yeah, I would hope that Mountain, of all people, would do that on purpose, just to disable it, because they're not going to use it, but still, I starting off strong tonight.
I'll keep that in mind, Yash, but that's something I can't really do midstream, because I don't know how. All right, 10 minutes up. Oh, and the fog doing it again. Look parallel to the ground. And the fog opens from the gates of hell. And it leaves but a white line in everyone's sight. And it's not opening anymore. It's the fucking mist.
Line fog.
Yeah,
This thing.
the fucking line fog. Oh, that's gonna be a bitch to work with, but we'll make do.
It's not a glitch, it's a feature. Thank you, Apex and Tanoa.
Yeah. Otherwise, Blue 4, we're at about 110 players right now. I'm sure it'll pick up by round 2. But it for the U.S. kit, since the Russians are basically standard, Russian Op 4, Blue 4 here is standard U.S. We got 5.56s, M249s, M240s. I would assume the mat weapon is a Carl Gustav if I could find it. There it is, buckets. Up in front, yep, with a Carl Gustav. Leadership meeting happening, and then their marksman rifles are the traditional 20-round Mark 11 7.62 rifles. Blue Fork, excuse me, also has a few boats they can use to maneuver around. That can carry up to 24 people with those 3 boats right there. And otherwise, you know, transport trucks, we have the actual armored ones being used with the bulletproof windows. So those can be used to at least get the driver group in safely, but not necessarily the canopy group in the back. We've got an open-top Humvee and some quad bikes that can be used as scouting, and then the, you know, armed 240s and the 50 cal. But their heads for the gunners are exposed, so they will have to be careful. But otherwise, this should be a pretty simple assault and sweep for Blue 4. Op 4, I'll be curious to see where they decide to defend, because all 3 of the sectors are within about 300-400 meters with each other. But we'll probably still see Op 4 forego defending one of the sectors in favor of defending 2. Barb, you want to pick a sector and start going over it?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a second. It's very interesting to
All right, Yash, but I don't want to play around with it when I'm streaming, man.
Each of the...
We'll get it to it later.
Within, like, it's probably a half a kilometer square that they're all in.
Yep.
So, it's not going to be too difficult...
About 800 meters.
...to attack and defend. I think more so the labor was going to be on the attack just to find the point to breach into
that line is gonna be
sectors. But as far as covering them, let's start off
so funny.
Sector 1. We have a very basic sandbag and bunker emplacement, with the sector being the bunker itself. Blue 4 only needs to clear the bunker out and get inside. There is a tree inside the bunker, which could pose some problems as far as one avenue of entrance. Otherwise, it is fairly simple to get in and hold.
Yeah, I feel like the mission maker should have, when you set the hide asset modules, you got to make sure you run them on local, because if you keep them on server, sometimes it doesn't execute properly for everybody, and that's why we might be seeing this tree right here. So just something people got to be mindful about. Otherwise,
Jimmy Lee gets kicked off for an FNF armor PBO not being correct, but I thought that was funny.
No, you're right. That's interesting to note. But otherwise, the sectors themselves are actually the bunkers, you know, by the perimeter. I think that's going to be true for... No, it's not going to be true for all of them. Sector 2, for example, is an actual sector. What I'm worried about, though, is one RPG can actually destroy this artillery radar's position, have it come crashing down, and it can do significant damage to everyone below it, and that's literally the entirety of the sector is the small area next to this position. So I would actually not bother holding this one because of how volatile this position is. I'm trying to look for evidence to see if it is set to disabled simulation. It very much well could be, because I see part of it clipping into the ground, so that would mean it is explosive proof. And as I look more into it, I am seeing more clipping in the ground, so I do believe, thankfully, the simulation on it's disabled, but that's still something you don't want to base your best guess on. I'm literally zooming into the center of the asset and looking at angles which the players wouldn't have the luxury of looking at, so I probably would forego holding Sector 2 and opt for 1 and 3. Speaking of which, Barb, how does Sector 3 look?
Sector 3 is definitely much more defensible than Sector 2. We have
it's the house.
A very large kind of town hall building, for, I believe, from Livonia as the sector itself. 2 stories, a couple...
Oh, this is the piano building from DayZ.
Enough rooms to be a nuisance on both floors. Apart from that, the compound itself is walled off with a nice little guard shack slash... garage kind of thing that we see Sergeant Drake running through.
It's got a decent perimeter, but it's super exposed from the south on that immediate ridge. However, to the north, it's pretty well secured.
What between the fencing that's pretty solid, that concrete shouldn't allow any bullets through it, and the yellow building with its 2-story overwatch on, like you said, the north side, and that approach should be a semi-decent compound to hold. But yeah, with sector
It's going good, Guardian. Thanks for asking.
That artillery radar surrounded by some ramparts and sandbags. I don't see it holding up too long. Some additions here and there around the area, but with sector control,
The hell was
all
that?
it takes is for Blue Force.
His mic is weird, man.
There are no Red Force. So if Red Force spreads themselves thin, that could very well just be a moot point entirely.
So I do like, though, how the mission designer has marked a lot of these fortifications on the map to kind of help Blue 4 make some plans here.
That is very nice. That is very nice, yeah.
One thing
The specifics
Yep.
aren't there, but sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You had something
I was
going.
going to say, with the markings on the map, they're just that, markings. We have on the northwest side a battle tower, some markings over by Sector 1 and Sector 2, but they don't divulge what exactly they are, just that there is something there and it is going to be a blockade of sorts to deal with. So it's something, normally like you were going on about, we see everything laid out very plainly on map as if recon has already done their job, but in this scenario it's a little more vague than that, so I'm excited to see how the attacking team deals with that.
So let's actually go over strategy. I'm going to quickly go over Op4's defense strategy, and then if you want you can tackle Blue 4's offense strategy. Sure. But for Op4, when you're given 3 objectives, especially this close to each other, it's best to hold 2. I would definitely have Sector 3 be the command/fallback position, and I would utilize Sector 1 to the best of my ability. Also, Sector 1, because it's a closed-in bunker, someone could easily put 2 explosive satchels at the doorways, wait for them to be activated, and then just, cook off the satchels and get a free kill or 2 at the very least. You don't even have to put them in the bunker. You can just put them at the entrances, angled towards it. So on the northern side, you can put it right next to the tower. And then on the southern one, you can put it in the tree. And you can get a free kill as long as you're hovering over it and you got scouts, watching Blue 4 come in. So that would get you a free kill. But compared to Sector 2, I'd probably hold Sectors 1 and 3 and just have a loose defensive perimeter to the south and north, keeping internal perimeters on Sectors 3 and 1, and I would explosive trap 2, because 2, if it blows up, can also do a bunch of extra damage and get a few kills. With the 4 Dishkas, I would definitely use the sit-down Dishkas in the... I don't know. How would I get this? Probably use the sit-down Dishkas either both at Sector 1 to cover both of those entryways, and then, or I could use them in the, the piano building, as I like to call it, because in DayZ you get a piano. The issue with it, though, is it has 3 doorways, so it's not viable to cover all of those doorways with 2 statics because they can easily be flanked. So it would be better to be used in Sector 1. And then the 2 stand-up Dishkas, I would just give it the squad level and let them set it up somewhere. I might use one for the defensive area to the north on Sector 1. But I would probably try to have one or both facing at least southwest and southwest and southeast, because that's where Blue 4 is more than likely to come up. I would highly doubt there would be a Blue 4 incursion to the north, but it's still possible. And then I would use my 2 UAZs to basically try to get behind Blue 4's line and engage them. Op has begun. Barb, how would you tackle Blue 4's approach?
So, the way that I'm seeing it from the map, trying to think of from the Blue 4 commander's perspective, and it's the Red 4's defense is at least looking at the markers, and is in a sort of a wedge facing south, with Sector 3 kind of sealing off that wedge on the north side. So there's no very obvious position to attack as far as structural weakness in their defenses. However, if I were to do something, I would probably say northeast, get as close to, assuming every bunker is manned, go to the bunker southeast point 126, that little forward-facing bunker facing southeast. Try and tackle that one first, and then try and stay going through the trees, trying to stay out of the effective firing lines of the battle tower on the southwest side, south of Sector 1, and move around and have a two-pronged approach on Sector 2. Past that, it would be kind of taking the radio tower in the center, and from there, whatever avenue of opportunity seemed the most advantageous, follow that. Between a lot of small rolling hills and some foliage, the fact that it's all very condensed makes it a very, very well-rounded defense, at least in structure, for Red 4. Nemesis might have crashed his quad bike as he dismounts. But disregarding that, like you said, Mission has started and Blue 4 is going along. We've seen a lot of them actually heading southwest, so they may try and attack the western side. The only problem with that would be the steep cliff faces and rock formations, as well as the number 5 battle tower watching over this entire sector. Now, they don't know that those big markings are battle towers. They just know that it's some kind of defensive fortification. Additionally, on the topic of battle towers, I see 1, 2, 4, and 5, but I haven't found battle tower number 3. I don't know if it even exists, I'll be honest.
I think that's the joke.
Yeah, we're missing battle tower number 3. That's
now he's got me looking for it.
Interesting little thing by the map maker, but or mission maker, I should say. But yeah, we are having a bunch of trucks going on that western road heading south to north, and we'll see what they do from there.
Unbeknownst to Blue 4, the route they have picked, I think they're going for an all eggs in one basket strategy, because we're seeing all of those forces head to the southwestern flank of Op4 here, but Op4 doesn't really have any good eyes on that direction. They've got some good directions to the west, but nothing really to the southwest on Blue 4's exact dismount point, because no one's taken Battle Tower 5. So I think Blue 4 might be able to get right on top of this plateau here that Op4 has fortifications on, and potentially be able to take this fight to a very close quarters assault, which for the defending faction, since they're fighting an uneven amount of guys, with the attackers having the, 20% advantage, if I recall correctly?
50 to 20, it depends, but yeah.
Yeah. I just realized I'm still playing Payday music. Give me a second. Completely forgot.
Yeah, I think the all eggs in one basket strategy isn't a bad choice, considering
Master plan is enthralling. Jesus.
The area is really putting all of your forces to work together.
It's not copyrighted though.
Honestly, might be their best bet, forming a two-pronged attack and kind of doing very small and localized encirclements.
Yes, that Pierce from 1RW is the leader. Also, Loster, how you doing?
Did exactly that against the Russians, using spearheads and encirclements to isolate and eliminate a superior, an enemy superior in defensive entrenchments and numbers. Now, the numbers doesn't apply as much here, but as far as entrenchments, this mountaintop is a very, very good position. Like I mentioned, those rock formations, the battle towers, even the bunkers are all going to be very tough obstacles for them, for the attacking Blue 4 to deal with. I think I just saw a shot go out, but I didn't see where from or to.
I'm looking.
Otherwise, yeah, all of Blue 4 is pretty much dismounted on the southwest side of Red 4's entrenchment, or their hilltop. I think that's a good way to call it, a hilltop. So they've all dismounted and they are making their way up the western coast of Sursari. And I'm not really seeing anything too interesting from Red 4. We're seeing Mar W3. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but he's on one of the dishcoms at the base of the radio tower. We have Nerisk actually heading down to the southwest battle tower number 5. He might solo garrison that just to
Get eyes out.
the eyes. Yeah, exactly. Spread out the eyes and try and complete that 360. But as I say that, he goes back inwards.
So, Op 4, they've got a good formation. They've got one guy covering... Oop, just hit the wrong button there. We got one guy watching on the east. We got a 3-man group on the direct south, but nothing really on the western flank. And Blue 4's just been able to properly predict that Op 4 just wouldn't have eyes on there, which, in that case, it's not really predict, it's just luck. But Blue 4 is, I think, just going to either do a unified assault from the west, or they might break off and have a group go on the northern side and do a pincer strategy. But they're definitely not going to come from the south, as I see Nemesis, I think, trying to go on the southern side to do recon as the marksman, but that's a lot of Blue 4 dudes.
Especially if Nemesis is able to use some fire to draw the attention of Red 4. If it's a lone shooter, I could see them kind of ignoring that as far as moving to engage and just kind of maintaining their position. But if, Blue 4 were to attack from the northwestern side, they'd have to deal with the light garrison in tower number 4, as well as Dreek, who's roaming around, and then Sergeant...
That's a friendly. He's wiggling.
But this, the size of this force versus a handful of Red 4... probably would be able to push up that hill pretty easily, get a foothold, and then just start working their way through these low rolling hills and little compounds.
Patriot has gone up and set up a standing Dushka on the turret. Schrodinger lined up a shot on him, and Patriot just started doing the friendly wiggle, so maybe if Patriot can turn that over on the western side to northwest, he might be able to catch some Blue 4 guys out of position, but honestly, I think Blue 4 might be going from for a northwest attack, which is where Op 4 does have some early on eyes, and they do have Dreek with an LR right there to see it, but I can get why they're going for that angle, because according to the map, that's where the least amount of fortifications are, and that lets them get right on top of Sector 3 and 1 to divide into that pincer maneuver to then attack 2.
Yeah, Dreek having that LR does kind of complicates things. If he is able to get that call out, here's where it gets complicated. As we saw in, I think it was round 2, either round 1 or round 2 of EU. No, I think round 1. The defending team were attacked by the entirety of the attacking team in one objective. However, they were hesitant to call it out as such that it was the entire attacking team force, and so you had a disjointed.
I think Smed might have seen something here, but he's looking
kind of disjointed between a few objectives while the entirety of the attacking team attacked.
The fuck was that?
So with Dreek being there in a forward position, if he makes that call that there's a lot of them here, there's a majority of them here.
Did you hear that pop in his mic?
And the command structure actually reacts to that in a reactive manner for all it takes. Words are hard. If Dreek gets the word out and they actually listen to him, that's going to be a problem for the attacking team, because this northwestern approach, you have all these kind of trees to conceal and the rock formations to work through and push up this hill, and not a lot of Red 4 to defend it. If there are a lot of Red 4 defending it, it's going to be hell.
I don't think we're going to have a lot of Red 4 here. They're spread out. What we might see is Op 4 might have some reluctance to send forces to defend, but honestly, when you look at this plateau, they're spread out to do a good 360, but they will have to pull units from the front line to form secondary defensive lines as Blue 4 comes up. I don't think Op 4 is going to expect an all eggs in one basket approach from Blue 4 to push along a single flank. I would be concerned about a pincer attack, so you might still see people kept on the borderlines, especially if Nemesis starts engaging early on to try to pull attention away. But I don't know. I think Op 4 isn't ready for this Blue 4 attack based off of what they decided to do. Granted, in Op 4's shoes, I would have done something very similar, because I wouldn't expect Blue 4 to go all in on this. I would have expected Blue 4 to probably do a pincer, so.
Right. And I'm still very surprised to see a decent concentration of Red 4 forces at the base of the radio tower. It is kind of like the singular high point for this AO, but it doesn't, like, if you go...
It's part of that internal perimeter, though, because, again, they're expecting an attack from the south. And that's why they have that position right there. But there's no real way they could do any recon other than if they sent the gun truck to do some circles.
You say that, but Vonk, Guy Fieri, and Sideways, they're actually a three-man fire team on the south side. So the fact that they haven't seen anyone...
Yeah.
Checking real quick if any of them have a long range, and... No, it doesn't seem like it, but if they're able to still relay that to...
Not sure if I'll be alive by then, Revenant, but thanks for the 8-month resub, my man. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a kick out of this.
Well, who knows? Anyone on that south side, if they're able to relay that and say, hey, there's no one over here, check your flanks, someone will see them. And as we're...
All right, yeah, two things. Nemesis might run into CO's line of fire in a second, and Dreek has a lot of guys moving along his left flank and hasn't noticed.
Really? Yeah, because he's still crouching, watching this kind of...
Oh, he just heard that GL. And Op4 noticed from the tower, and they're now firing back. Dreek is going to find himself right in the middle. Actually, no, more on the northern side of Blue 4's advance here, but just below his ridge. He's going to potentially have a few guys coming under him.
Yeah, he's lobbing GLs into the forest, trying to react to the gunshots. But he's going to have pads right here as he peeks out.
Gets crippled by Pads. Pads doing a quick reload. Dreek, I guess, trying to smoke his position here. He fragged his Okay.
Par for the course as Pads does another frag up, and...
Dreek gets a good frag on, and that knocks Pads out. Excuse me, Dreek out.
Yeah, so that's going to be that forward observer taken out, at least momentarily, but I imagine that was more than enough time for Dreek to get that call out. Not that they really needed it.
Yep, he just woke up, but Olaf's right behind him with a 240 Bravo. Oh, nope, Dreek gets knocked out again from... It's either pain or blood loss. I believe it is pain, though. Meanwhile, you got the Gamma groups for Blue 4, their vehicles. They kept the armed 50 cal back here. They're having Ghoster range in shots with that 50 to try and suppress positions that Op4 is defending so the Blue 4 group can continue to move up. Love how we have Ivan Mega pushing up with a smoke grenade. He decides to throw it.
Yeah, and this isn't a bad approach for Blue 4. They're going to try and take this tower quickly. The fact that Poe and Chucky, they kind of put out some fire, but they either got suppressed or took some damage in return. Rocket goes in, as I say that, taking out Poe, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, he goes down from some...
There is an explosive trap on that top of that tower, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I wonder... Let me see if I can find who put that down. Wouldn't it be any of the guys that are on the tower? Maybe Corporal Coolbreeze is down to the southeast of the tower now. But whatever the case, defending that tower and then detonating it if Blue 4 were to take it.
One Blue 4 guy just went down right there.
Scorched earth policy I've ever seen.
Just had some sort of AT go into that tower. Blue 4's quickly getting off of it. You gotta remember, if you have an enemy garrison in one of these towers, you can just get the squad explosive specialist to put a satchel on the base and blow it.
And now we have Delta for Blue 4 down on the southern front. Daniel's pushing into
Nemesis moved over CO.
Second now. He's actually almost in it. He was a few...
Still got Op4 on defensive lines, too.
But now Delta attacking Tower 5. This is very worrying for Red 4 because they're not reacting to this very well.
Daniel gets headshotted by Iowa.
Towers. They do have that satchel charge on top, like you said, which could deny that strategic position to Blue 4's attack. I don't know. I feel like the fact they got up there in the first place is enough to warrant some concern.
Explosive trap going on the first sector. Unfortunately, it was null. They needed to wait until they got to prompt that it got captured because now it's not going to get that free kill, unfortunately.
I think it did get one. There's one guy who's dead.
No, Daniel. So Daniel got picked off by Iowa earlier.
Ah, okay.
It wasn't him. And there's the capture because Saint was able to literally go right up to the edge of it and get counted into the zone. So. More charges go. There we go. Paladin getting knocked out. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, still only one to be fair, but usually we see none at all, so that's enough.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Poe and Chuck
Paladin will probably wake up though.
here on Tower 4. Yeah, Yash says good bluff. That's an interesting take. The fact that they bluffed with one charge, let Blue 4 push in thinking, oh, that's it, and then they set up 2 more. It wasn't really
Ooh.
longer.
Ooh.
Back up by Nova Wolf. And as I say that, he's getting dragged back. But
I just watched Green Shade get a perfect nade on Chucky. Chucky's still alive to wake up, but he could not have asked for a better placement on that nade. Op 4 guys didn't even notice, but I'd imagine a few more grenades and that tower might come down. Chucky wakes back up. And Blue 4 has also stolen Patriot's position. Patriot waking back up, quickly trying to tap Kevin. Gets a kill on Kevin and then gets double tapped by Lee. That is why you always have to double tap. Grenades going off, damaging the tower. Ooh, risky.
Blue 4's pushing around the northern side of this peak here with Blue 4 Alpha. This is an interesting wraparound. We have T5 Bay on this kind of eastern front.
We might see a counterattack from Op 4 coming in.
So they could be a little bit of a thorn for the wraparound strategy they got going. But apart from that, it's seeming like everything's going as planned for Blue. They really haven't had to deal with too much as far as stiff resistance. We do have Platoon 2 HQ on the southern side along with Delta 1 for Red 4. Pushing around, maybe trying to do a counter.
I think they're going to do a counter flank, hit Blue 4's southernmost side and try to sweep out Blue 4. But that's going to be a really risky maneuver because they are now pulling units away from the southeastern flank. I think they think that Blue 4 is doing an all eggs in one basket strategy at this point. But that flank attack from Op 4 here needs to quickly get in and start mopping people up. But if they are exposed early, they can easily be picked off by Op 4's own defensive fortifications.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited to see those satchel charges put to use. Doesn't seem like there's one on Tower 5.
God, T5 banned Sholen.
Yeah, because Chucky and Poe are, I'm sure, are still reporting in to the squad level at least.
They're completely off though.
Yeah, Blue 4.
Hold up, we got Sholen about to come up on the northernmost flank for Blue 4. He starts engaging, but they're too far. He's gonna probably get walked up on.
Oh yeah, and he's shooting GLs out. That's gonna be a dead giveaway. As you say that, Platoon 1 HQ for Red 4, they're pushing around. Vonk here with an RPG puts away the RPG actually. So he's gonna actually take his rifle out to take out Porter and Kilbo.
Gets a double kill. Porter bandaging prone right now. Hasn't been noticed. RPG gets out, trying to hit that Vic. Porter hasn't noticed. Now he finally does. Vonk now notices him on the ground, quickly pulls away. Fieri double tapping Porter there, Mountain dismounting. So great flank attack by Op 4 there, mopping up at least half of that group. Mountain now running down. Vonk tunnel vision though, throwing a grenade, but notices. Oh, Vonk is knocked out.
Yep. Mountain ran out of ammo, and Vonk was able to do some work on it. That Humvee's probably.
I just say Vonk get knocked down at Mountain.
But now Red 4 has control of the ground floor around Tower 5. They should be able to push in and eliminate these 3 Blue 4 guys who are up here.
Wow. Back on the northern flank, Sholen knocked out Lennox and got a kill on somebody. T5 Bay, meanwhile, on the low ground, potentially trying to come up to harass his flank. That's exactly what Op 4 needs to do. Explosive satchel goes off from a Carl Gustav, knocking the tower out. It is only Poe and Green Shade up there.
Poe's fine. He's a little bit worse for wear, but for the most part, he's fine.
Green Shade getting picked up by Quigley.
Very well done. And yeah, now Poe's going to be...
Ooh, Sholen knocking out Sanders with a GL.
Wow.
T5 base slowly crawling up. He is debating how he wants to attack Blue 4's northernmost group here.
And here we have Clown on tower, what is this, 4? I think, no, tower 5 with the PKM. Breaching, gets one. But Lee takes him out in a trade.
Lee caught in a reload, though, took multiple shots, and he eventually gets knocked out by Wreck. So that is... Blue 4 still has Farks right here. I don't know what he's doing. He's just looking around at this point.
And they're actually getting friendly fired by the radio tower. They're seeing movement, and they're just shooting at it. As, yeah, Red 4 retakes it and eliminates that small Blue 4 element. And this is actually very surprising. We're seeing a large migration of Blue 4 on the northwestern side pulling out the north. So
that's why they're repositioning their attack. They're going to try to get Sector 3, and then they could potentially try to reposition again, go around and hit Sector 2, staying away from where Op 4 has these internal fortifications. Really smart on Blue 4 to do that. They just got to be worried about people like T4 Herb, who has the RPG-42, and he just tapped one of the Humvees, and is going to get away with it because the security is not here.
Speaking of the T's, T5 Bay is hiding in that thick grass.
Yep, he's been
northern side.
He's been hiding there, waiting for an opportunity. I think he was coordinating with T4 Herb because you always see them in the same squad when they play together. He was walking T4 Herb in to hit that. We also had Sholin pull back. He was up here, got a few kills, knocked out Lennox, for example, and Sanders, who's being worked on, he also knocked him out as well, and you still have that Blue 4 body right there. So these three doing really good work. Bay, I guess, hiding, listening to voices, trying to find out where he wants to make his move. Farks gets found working on Acid. Pantalones to the south gets picked off by Combat Wombat, Koak, and Major Khan, and Blue 4 is now completely reserved on the northern flank. We still have Nemesis coming around to join them. And T5 Bay just tried to make an attack. He did down one dude, and there's a vest ripped off of that guy. That's weird. But he is trying to maneuver around. Olaf might catch him out of position, though. No, he didn't. Now T5 Bay's trying to tap him in the head. Olaf gets up, wonders what the hell just happened. But T5 Bay getting shot in the back by the maneuver group. T5 Bay out of ammo. He's getting shot at by Severe as well. T5 Bay goes down because he was in the middle of Blue 4's maneuver attempt here to try to hit Sector 3 from the direct north, which is a really good call on Blue 4's part there. So T5 Bay is going to get double tapped. I think T4 Herb was able to get away. Yes, he is now in Sector 3. And you got, yeah, Garrett and Helios walking up to T5 Bay. They just cable tied him. And T5 Bay dies. Yeah, I heard a little cable tie squeak, so.
I gotcha.
Up for...
Not a bad play by Bay, but just too many...
Yeah, he didn't realize that Blue 4 was maneuvering their entire force here, and he quickly got caught up. T5 Bay is like Logan. They make really good small-scale plays, which can do a shit ton of damage, but if their information is pretty limited, so they got to be careful with what they have. Otherwise, Sanders still being worked on by the medic. He'll probably be saved. Lino bled out. Major East leading the charge on the southeastern side. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So Sector 3 has actually been abandoned by Red 4. They're withdrawing from the area and
yeah, I see that.
To the weakest sector of them all, Sector 2.
All right, where are the explosive traps then? Map-wise, there's still 25 minutes left on the clock. I don't think abandoning was the smartest idea. Potato CF getting picked off by Nemesis.
Having a couple people just like...
Nemesis going to double tap with his handgun.
Control area would have been, I think, a better play because they'd have to clear out the whole sector. You can use those stairs as a fatal funnel. You can still use those doorways as a fatal funnel. Get a few more kills at least. Don't give it to them for free. And I'm not seeing any explosive traps either. I might be blind or they may be well camouflaged.
Oh, so if Potato woke back up, that would have been bull. I don't know, we have Drake, he's pulling out with that gas. Op 4 sending groups down to directly defend Sector 2, that would have been Sector 3's garrison. But Op 4, they need to continue going in a clockwise fashion to try to chase Blue 4's tail here. We have Brennan on his own looking around, but Op 4 needs to massively redeploy their forces around Sector 2 if they are abandoning 3. There has to be explosive traps in 3.
I'd hope so. We still have 25 minutes, I think, left to go in this round. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 25 minutes left to go is plenty of time for Blue 4, considering the numbers that they have, to push into Sector 3, try and split. If they were to split this red
Gorski.
garrison in half, just generally speaking, around this hilltop, they could very easily encapsulate and capture Sector 2 without too much of a struggle. Like we said, that sector itself is pretty sparsely defensible. Just some sandbags and earthen ramparts, as well as the radar itself.
There's capture for Sector 3. They don't even have to go in there. I don't see any immediate explosive satchels, so I would assume there are no explosive traps. By the way, Nemesis killed Potato CF, and he took his vest. And he just got shot at by friendlies because he picked up the Russian vest. Oh my fucking god.
That's what you get. That's what.
Oh, that's funny. That's really fucking funny.
And they're both privates, I think, over there. Unless it was Edwin or Lazy Rogue or someone. But the two.
Nemesis is also staff in FNF, by the way.
We have Cheese now.
He got that a month ago.
I think hearing those shots and reacting to it, he's the red 4 marksman.
That's
so we'll see what he's
brilliant.
able to do with that audio intel.
Nemesis wakes back up.
Lucky bastard.
He immediately drops the vest. Because he knew he got blue on blue because of a 5.56 rifle, so he's running back up to Potato's body to get his original vest back.
I wonder
because Russian body armor is better than American body armor.
But FNF config.
He's an admin. He's an admin. And he runs right past Potato's body. Oh, he's looking for his vest back.
I see.
There it is. Oh, man, I'm never doing that again. I'll tell Yanni's mom about this later.
Yeah, that's what he gets for being a Euro.
He's still bleeding, too, so he'll probably get in a corner patch up. But, I mean, he tried, but his own teams showed him how bad of an idea that was.
But I think that might be against the rules, actually, to take enemy equipment. Neither here nor there. I just thought it's...
I think it's just uniforms.
I don't know. There's so many different fucking arguments about it.
We had the insta karma, though. Let's just enjoy that fact.
That is very true. I will gladly concede that.
All right, so Blue 4 is probably now going to reposition its guys, go to the east, and then try to get right on top of the base plateau for Sector 2. However, Sector 2, it's a little easier for Op4 to defend because the hills aren't as steep. Op4 can easily set up a decent defensive line, but they're not spacing out as far as they should be. We should see more guys in the number 2 battle tower. We should see a force a little further away than where T4, Herb, Rek, and Clown are. Honestly, so like Delta 2, if they're not going to maneuver and continue the clockwise attack, everyone needs to be put on defense at this point. Also, Vonk was unconscious beforehand. I think he was just brought over by the medics to probably pump some blood into him.
We have this MREP now on the northeastern side.
Oh, God.
Lolo and a couple other people with an M2 of all things.
Brennan just got into a firefight with Lurch, and then he got 12.7 to his back from Bravo 1. And now they're trying to double tap him, too.
Yeah, they're shooting right over.
Owie.
Position. Oh, he woke back up, but immediately goes.
Nah, he's pain knocked, so. Yep, Blue 4 again, going with the clockwise routine. They're probably going to attack from the sectors direct east, if not northeast. And completely bypassed most of Op4's defenses.
We actually, in about 30 seconds now, I think, we're going to have 15 minutes called. So if Red 4 is able to...
No, another 6 minutes. It's at the 50 marker.
Yep, you're right.
I made that mistake, too, for round 2, and then we found out that they just extended the time in general.
Yes,
but Private Cheese getting picked off. He was the other marksman, except his scope is missing. Okay. Someone took his MOS.
Is he dead on the ground?
Wait, no. He, No, he's an Op4 guy, which means he was just blue on blued. But where's his scope? Yeah.
Gee, his scope's on his gun on my screen. I see the MOS.
You do?
Yeah. Cross my heart, hope to die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's just completely clipped into his body. That's weird.
Oh,
I think he's in a different animation for us when he's down. That's probably it.
He woke back up though, and so yeah, he's still got that MOS, at least for me.
And he's immediately getting tapped out by Op4 again and knocked back down. So Op4, that's the second guy they've just double tapped in.
More than second. There's been a few instances of that. And it's they've got a few.
I'm just saying, like, at first it was Brennan, then a minute later it was Cheese. And we also have Carlson down back here, I think because he was picked off by Blue Force, so...
Cheese wakes back up again! Oh,
and gets tapped!
Again!
Oh my god. Where's the PID?
Where's the...
Get him, Guy Fieri!
If anything, Carl will be coming to Red 4 as the Blue
Fuck's sake.
Forces push up to this ridge. I mean, they're really going for a full-on wraparound. Starting from the south, going west.
Worked so far, though.
Down northeast. Using that MRAP as a spearhead as the infantry pushes up adjacent to it. Usually you see a screen for it, but with this going on, could be interesting. Tower 2 is going to be a bit of a hurdle with Sholand on top, but past that,
I think Op4, in order to do better, first off, they should have left people at Sector 3, at least one guy upstairs so it couldn't be insta-captured. I would also argue Sector 1 at least needed one guy just to sit there, and then he could have been the guy with the explosive traps, and as soon as he heard footsteps, he could have detonated them and got a few free kills. Furthermore, the counterattack that Delta 1 with Platoon 2 did on Tower 5 should have continued. They should have kept going clockwise, and they might have been able to catch some of Blue 4 repositioning. They wouldn't have all been bunched up. It would have just been small groups, and they would have still been able to continue taking the attack. And why is Pierce driving down there on his own as Op4 command? Anyway, Blue 4 has basically been able to constantly reconsolidate, and now they're going to push in. And we've got Sergeant Drake, Charlie's squad lead on his own, I guess running recon here. He's got a GL, though, and we got some really nice GL hits going in. Catch has been knocked out. We see a lot of guys with their feet knocked out. That was Sholand, who has been doing some pretty stealthy stuff. He just fired a GL way over, unfortunately. Oh, it was a flare. And he just had a GL on his spot, so he might be forced to go down from that spot. But Op4, yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, Pierce has pushed past all of Blue 4 on the northeastern side, almost like a general retreating from the front, but he's hit 3 shots now and is under fire from Lurch Ellison and Jane Saunders. So he's trying to get out of there. I'm not sure what exactly his plan was, apart from doing like a suicide recon run type shindig. But yeah, he's running back around just trying to stay alive at this point.
I don't know where that Op4 guy went. No, he's repositioned. All right. So Drake and Sholand, they're trying to buy as much time as they can from Blue 4's main attack wave. Blue 4's done a really good job, though, of making Op4 kind of guess where they are, because we still have a Vanguard force with Bravo up at the center position, just watching in case Blue 4 comes from that angle. So by forcing Op4 to still stay around and do a good 360 around the objective, this might allow Op4 to pierce in, kill everyone in the center, and then as that happens and they capture it, it's an instant victory.
Doesn't matter who is still alive in the AO as long as they're able to get that Sector 2. Now, they do need to clear it, but like we mentioned, it's pretty small and pretty open.
40 seconds, still 15-minute warning.
Martin and Smed, great name, I love that name, Smed. If they're able to take the 3 of them out and Blue 4 is able to enter that...
Just picked off that Blue 4 guy.
That's game over. But they do have a very decent screen around the sector and a nice kind of oval pattern. So they should be able to fend them off at least somewhat. We'll see how well they're able to withstand against an MRAP and this Blue 4 crew.
We have PV1 Ryan by Battle Tower 2. He is a demo specialist, so he could set up a satchel. Drake was pulling security. There's the 15-minute warning. Let's see if Ryan's smart enough to put a satchel down. Nope, he's going to go in there and breach.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you're able, from that position, you actually have good eyes onto the sector.
Yeah, but Ryan's dead.
And yeah, Ryan got fucking capped.
It would be better just to knock it out so Blue 4 can continue advancing at this point. That's, again, like in FNF, I always push for people to use more explosive traps and stuff, because with explosives, it opens up so many avenues for, like, instantaneous building clearing, for example. Just put a satchel on it and blow it up, and then you don't have to worry about it ever again. But going up that stairwell is going to be a kill zone, and that's what OPFOR is going to try to employ to knock out as many Blue 4 guys as they can just to get some free kills here. We got Anderson. Yep.
Sorry, real quick. Gershus is asking how many people has Nemesis killed. He is on 5 kills right now as a marksman.
Damn.
Blue 4.
Our favorite top player in FNF today. But we have Anderson, though, the guy that hosts NA. He is in a bunker to the southeast, I guess, watching to see if Blue 4 continues their clockwise attack. AT went up on Sholin's position, but he is fine because that was just a law. We've got Jimny's Burial down. And Sholin is now keyholing from the rooftop, shooting at Lee. Someone needs to blow that tower up on Blue 4, because otherwise Sholin's just going to constantly harass.
They shot a rocket into there already. It doesn't seem to be, I don't think it switched to the damage texture. So they might be cleared out. Yeah, whoever that, I forget.
Nemesis, though.
Private Ryan.
Yeah, he's dead, though.
He's actually dead on that landing. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he got shot at by OPFOR, knocked out, woke back up, shot again. Nemesis, though, I am concerned about, because he is coming up on his own from the northwest. He could look into these fortifications, and OPFOR is probably going to be tunnel visioned here. He could easily get some quick taps.
Very possibly. The
OPFOR is retreating, by the way. They're pulling from some of their defensive lines. That's allowing Blue 4 to advance. We still have about 12 and a half minutes. And then we have Bravo with Pierce way out of position to the northwest. I don't know. I think they're trying that clockwise attack again, but it's not working. Nemesis picked out.
Koak and Martin.
No, shot in the ass, and he's knocked out.
The Daisy tactics will not save him tonight, unfortunately. And yeah, he's getting...
What a shame.
I doubt he'll wake back up.
Lee managed to move past the machine gunners on OPFOR, go up and double tap Sholin. That's because only Guy Fieri was watching the battle tower. Reckon 4 Herb pulled off. And now with knocking Sholin out, they're that much closer to this base.
So I want to real quick just talk about the strategy.
Saving Private Ryan.
I think that they weren't nearly quick enough. We have a big group on the southeast side.
Enfilading fire.
With Ghoster's MRAP. Working, yeah, like I said, the southeast side. I feel like if they had gone for more of a spearhead onto the northeast side, going through...
Anderson, I believe, is dead.
127, 123, and 121. Kind of south of that road going west to east. If they had put a spearhead through there, separated the two Red 4 forces, eliminated the forces around the sector, and then captured it, game over, I think that that would have been a much quicker and safer victory than this.
We're making a push with 2 dudes here, but we might have Enfilading Fire delivered by Seal, but he is a marksman.
Is dismounted. I think the gunner's dead, as Nutty Person and Wombat are giving
out Lurch.
Really good final stand.
Nutty Person gonna shoot Severe Mito in the back. Mito goes down, Severe immediately turns around. Nutty manages to knock out the commander, but Galil taps him because Nutty could not do a 3v1. Wombat needs to get out and engage. Galil double tapping Nutty with his handgun. But so far I've been seeing OPFOR doing a lot of good trades here. Going down 2 for 1, 3 for 1. CO just got a free hit on Lurch. Sanders has gone prone, but CO lines up a headshot and knocks Sanders out. Blue 4 has lost a lot of their manpower in this assault, and I think they just might not have enough to finish the objective.
Yeah, I think they've taken way too long. Look at the map. A lot of Red 4 has reconvened around the sector, and we also have a strike team coming in from the north, kind of making sure that there are no Blue 4 coming in from that north or northeast vector, rather. Meanwhile,
CO on 3 kills.
Sorry, not one question. Combat Wombat does have an AT stick, so if he's able to pull it out and fire it onto that MRAP, that could be a big asset taken out for Blue 4. But they're going to be rolling away.
He's watching the doorway first. Wait, no, he goes for it. He's going to go for it. Shot in the ass. Sees that Koak's going to cover him. hits the rear of the MRAP, but it was not effective because it hit the tire.
Yeah, I don't think that was effective at all.
Saint now fighting with Koak. Koak runs in.
Ooh, this could be the game changer, causing some discord in the back lines of Red 4.
And we just had the RPG 32 going and hit it by T4 Herb. Boston still alive, AK Ghoster. Yep.
Yeah, Ghoster's still going, and if he switches to the gunner, he'll have a very fiery last stand, but that MRAP isn't going anywhere in this condition. If he turns that turret forward, vehicle forward actually, he could very easily clear out that objective, taking out Iowa, Smet, and Vonk. This isn't quite over.
Op4 is going up, trying to make sure that everyone is downed in it, but if they realize they don't have access to the vehicle, they can just tell Herb to hit it with another piece of AT to kill it. As I say that,
ooh, yeah,
Ark just picked some dude off. He is now taking return fire, though.
Ghoster hops out and gets
He's tapped.
down by Wreck and Herb.
You've got Anderson. I knew he was still alive somewhere. He got up and he was tapping some dudes. I believe he just shot Galil.
And now Red 4 is actually, they're wrapping around Blue 4.
Yep, they're finally finishing that clockwise attack.
Yeah.
CO has already been getting started on it, though. He is on 4 kills now. When he started his wrapping around, he was only on 1. So he's about to get his 5th kill by double tapping Killinger.
Oh, maybe. You know, maybe if he, you know, puts the bullets in him.
Well, pistols don't always kill with headshots. Ark gets double tapped by the garrison at the Sector 2 position itself, and now Blue 4 is down to about a fire team-sized element, still getting harassed by Platoon 1 HQ, AK Anderson, and they also have Martin on the battle tower. He just picked somebody off, and Blue 4
now down to Blue
is in trouble. They do have a medic, though, that can work on Mito and Severe, but...
Or Lifu, sorry, and Catch. Yeah, 4 people... I think they took too long. They stagnated hard on this final attack. They wanted to complete...
They tried another wraparound attack, but CO started attacking the northern flank immediately and was able to wrap up a lot of free kills. And then because Blue 4 wanted to try to take the tower instead of demo it, they lost quite a few guys to the tower itself, as well as the defenders in the tower, and that just whittled them down enough for Op4 to be able to overpower the Blue 4 advance. Really good first round, if you ask me.
Absolutely. I'm almost disappointed that Blue 4 didn't do, like I mentioned, that kind of spearhead from the northeast when Red 4 was split about 50-50. And the fact that they didn't just allowed Red 4 to reconsolidate around the last sector and free up some space for a strike team to counterflank the flank.
You got to think about it this way. From Sector 1 to Sector 3... Oops, sorry, I was toggling through my game modes there. They did one strategy to... Hold up, sorry, I'm watching this breach. Lee now going in, knocking out Koak. The other guy was killed too, so that's good for Blue 4. They need to get some free kills right now. But they did a full-on maneuver from Sector 1 to Sector 3, and it worked. So why not do the same thing? Because if it works, why change it?
Lifu and Nicole are both down.
Yep.
And actually, Lee is dead. Because I think one of them threw a bad frag.
Nice.
So
now Blue 4 is getting enveloped here. Op4 doing some double taps on dudes in the tower that are already dead, just to be sure. And now it is up to Ketch and Nova Wolf because the third guy just bled out. And I will assume Anderson is running up to get some double taps here. And Ketch and Nova Wolf, I believe, yep, Nova's bandaging because he's hurt, and Ketch is busy looting bodies to see what can help him from his dead friends. I believe Anderson is going to shoot Ketch first, and then proceed to Nova Wolf. But Nova Wolf is going to get picked off by the garrison because he, yep, he was exposed. All right, Ketch, the PV2 versus the guy that literally runs NAF and F. David versus Goliath. Will the PB2 hear his footsteps? No! And is blown off, and that is GG.
He can wake up from his wounds. He can recover the nanites in his body.
He's dead.
Tap those battle eye hacks.
He's dead.
And reset his
Barb.
HL so that
He's dead.
pressure and heart rate are
Barb.
to normal. And
He's dead.
And that got
Barb.
And
He's dead.
I just don't want to believe it. But yeah.
Are you drinking again? I told you no angry juice for the rest of the night.
A, you didn't say that, and B, yes. But I'm taking it slower. I'm not listening to Malin when he says chug the fucking bottle of wine.
Alright, let's go downstairs. Alright, we still got round 2 and round 3 for tonight. That was a good round 1. And it's going to be a 3 times destroy. Let's go and see it.
Of 1?
Watch it not work. Yours, did you just call it a win streak of 1?
It still doesn't work.
No,
He won two
I've
today.
started a good run, I think.
I was today years old when I heard Pierce say that.
He's 1-2 today.
The world is moving at
Oh my gosh. Alright, let's change up our commands here.
It's not even possible.
Just remember, it takes 2 steps to find out if your shoelaces are tied.
Well, I mean, that's one way to put it.
Yeah.
I'm going to boot up the multi. Let's go to the map command, change that out real quick. Lagasola, the new map.
I forget, which round is this? Wait.
2.
It's 2.
I've only died once today.
Blue 4 is attacking.
He's wildly quiet.
I don't know.
It's nice.
Let's keep
We're
it
being
that way,
respectful.
Not like eat you. No.
Barbarian, just go drink more.
Okie dokie. So blue is attack and 4 is defend. Let me get the second MRB on blue. Let's get that cow and Scandi combo on red. I mean in 4. I'm sorry, when they put green in there, it just really messes me up.
Hey, Nemesis, how'd that Russian body armor help you?
Yeah, that's a misclick, actually.
Oh, misclick.
Understandable.
A misclick, he says.
Where have we decided where the solo players are going to be at yet?
No.
Okay.
Alright, commands are updated. Let me check the multi. Everyone's still streaming. Right on.
SOG on N4. Let's get 29th blue.
Yeah, obviously he's still drinking.
Get Task Force 121 blue.
So, chat, what'd you think about that round? I thought Blue 4 did a good job.
Let's put
and
TSC on N4.
Realistically, there wouldn't have been any way they would have won that with that strategy. They just didn't move fast enough. But if they continued the offensive from 3 to 2, they probably would have won. But, you know, why change the winning strategy?
We'll get ML on N4. CSC can come blue. Let me get the AA-BPL combo on blue.
Yeah, it was a really good round. I love FNF because more often than not, you have good rounds that come pretty close. That one definitely went from,
Bar, you
I just like seeing the shifts of balance to power, you know? Like, it looks like Blue 4 is going to win it, and then gets taken away from them. All comes down to the PvP.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, I agree, Gorski. Both sides definitely did hesitate. But Op 4 used Blue 4's last hesitation to consolidate and blow him out of the water.
We will get Chad on blue. And 1 RW. You all can come blue. Is there a community that is not currently slotted?
242.
Zeus community, 2 players.
Alright, Zeus, how many is 242?
2.
Let's get Zeus community on end 4. Two 4-2 can come blue 4.
What's the Centaur squad? Sorry.
Centaur is on end 4. I think they're just filling in the open slots.
Copy that, thank you.
Centaurs on what?
Not blue, I'm sorry, I apologize. Centaur is on end 4. I tell you, anytime they put green 4 in this mix, they screw me all up.
Jeez, if you could hop out of that slot. Thank you.
Alright. We still have a bunch that aren't slotted right now. Anyone not slotted? Alright, I need a volunteer for company lead on blue.
Oh, sure. Guess Blue 4 is an anarchist commune.
Fierce.
I need a first platoon leader on blue.
Martin.
See, Martin or Mountain?
Martin. I've never seen him lead.
He's pretty potent.
What do you got? Night Owl. Oh, Night Owl with the sexy voice.
Percentage.
Leading blue 4.
Blue 4.
Lusode.
More like 20% and 15.
Leading
More like
green 4.
Fix that.
Right now it's at 11.3, so it should be fine.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Tell him, Muna.
Sergeant Drake, you want to take first platoon?
I like doing math.
Sorry, you asking me?
Math is...
Yep.
I was hoping to marksman on this one, but if nobody else wants it, I suppose.
Green 4 independent.
Any 29ers want to take platoon?
I started with FNF calling them independent, but I shifted it to green 4 because it was easier.
I'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. And for Lusad, get your company together.
Hey, right away. Welcome.
He means you, Night Owl.
No, I said Lusad.
I'm looking.
That'd be a big downgrade for me.
Right, yeah. We need a second platoon leader. Just anyone would be great. And then Bravo needs a squad leader, and then that's really about it.
Sideways can lead from Bravo 1.
This is going to be very fun.
No, he's... well, actually, yeah. If the two guys in Bravo 2 want to jump out to Bravo proper, or something like that, so we can get that fixed. Like now,
go Bravo
do it.
squad leader.
Yes, please do. Thank you. All right. If no one wants to lead second platoon, I will tell that person now.
No, I grabbed it.
Oh, perfect. Wait.
Blue 4
Independent.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah. What's there?
I got you, Ghoster.
Do we have a...
Still need a second platoon.
Yep, Lolo, jump up to second platoon.
Let's freaking
Thank
do
you.
it.
Oh yeah. And then Liru needs to slot in with someone because you can't go alone. And other than that, I am good.
Alrighty, well, that's getting handled. Night out, get your company together.
I love it. My entire company is perfect. You guys are gonna rock it.
I love them.
I love you.
Alrighty, we are going to push her to map screen.
Good luck, have fun.
Plugs the Minecraft server.
Night Owl's voice just exudes morale boost. It makes me happy.
Honestly.
Yeah, it boosts something else as well. It definitely boosts something else other than morale. I can tell you that.
Correct.
God damn it.
Yes,
That's what morale is.
Big
facts.
My base drive.
I was trying to be.
Alright, guys. We don't have to scream into our microphones.
And remember, gentlemen, keep it clean.
Loud.
It's not going on, boys.
Yeah, this is why we try to stay out of that channel.
Alrighty, can we get a
3-sector cache.
from
Alright.
our mission?
We're gonna go upstairs. Sorry about that. As you can tell, they get very jumpy. I'm gonna play Homeworld tutorial for this one. Alright, perfect. Some nice lowbrow music. Blue 4 is going to spawn in the circle. Green 4 has 3 caches, 1 in each of these areas to defend. We got a little military position right there in the town of Kakola. But quite a few defensive positions all around, which is nice. EU round 2 had a 3-sector fight in this area. And then last week, EU had an op in, I believe... Yeah, it was this area here. 1 terminal, and 1 terminal there, so. Let's see how things go. Lusting over Night Owl. Yeah, people do that in FNF, but... I mean, with a voice like that, you know? It's just chocolate on the air. Now, I would assume these are 3 ammo caches, but we'll see once we actually get down here.
Here we go.
Yep, alright, it does appear to be 3 ammo caches. And they're all pretty close together, and it's on a plantation of sorts. Interesting.
Yeah, so according to the brief from the mission maker, Blue 4 is meant to be Australian Vietnam forces, which does reflect the kind of t-shirt and, you know, a little bit more boonie hat, lackadaisical vibe that they got going on. However, M16s and not fouls, kind of cringe. But apart from that, we have a decent Blue 4 force here. A lot of infantry, a couple helicopters, some trucks, and 2 M113s with the little M2 cupola going on.
Yep, the blast shields. We also have 2 Hueys as well, so that works. It's an interesting place they spawn, but what the heck? Yeah, it's a little training course, that's why. But Blue 4 is basically your standard run-of-the-mill 5.56 group, except they have little to no body armor at all. They just have the, gosh, what are those certain rigs called?
Alice?
Yeah, Alice rigging and stuff.
Alice webbing, I think, is the...
Yeah, the webbing.
But I believe Red 4 should be in the same boat, or rather Green 4, as far as... Yeah, same deal. No real chest plates, just some chest rigs. And he mentioned straw hats. I didn't think he meant straw fedoras, but hey, you know, to each their own.
Well, you gotta work with what you're given. So they're basically making Vietnam 2 electric boogaloo. I do like the straw hats, so that's a nice touch. What does concern me, though, is that Green 4 has AKs. So 762 to the standard riflemen against a faction with no body armor means that Green 4 is going to be a lot better at dropping people, but Blue 4 does have the numbers advantage, so we'll have to see how things turn around. Furthermore, Green 4, I'm looking for any sort of AT I can find. We do have RPG 32s, but their MAT team gun is the Igla to fight those Hueys. So those 113s, you're probably not going to see a lot of AT go on them. Instead, Green 4 is going to have to rely on sniping out the gunners. So that should be interesting. But Green 4 doesn't... I don't see their assets at all. Yeah, I think it is just an Igla, if I remember what I wrote. So, yeah, just infantry versus aircraft and ground-based vehicles. We'll see how it goes. And I also love that... like, we're just on a giant plantation right now.
Yeah, this is something I would
versus banana farmers.
Like Rising Storm 2 or something, where it's just, you know, guys with some, you know, guys with
corn?
rifles.
This is corn.
Rifles. Blue 4 obviously does have the advantage, even though they're Australian, they still have the advantage of being,
who the hell farms banana and corn?
You can still
and cocoa.
The gunner. There's a couple little holes in the side and the hole in the front with the blast shield. Now, if we're gonna be realistic, in the 70s they wouldn't have this cupola shielding everything, that kind of thing. It would just be the turret, I do believe. But Green Force should still be able to deal with the those 113s very easily if they're able to isolate them. Get some fire going on the gunner
and coconuts
and knock him out, then it renders them pretty much, you know, it pretty much defangs them. So I think that's gonna be good. I also love the little obstacle course that the Blue Force spawn has over here to the south.
Yeah. So these farmers, by the way, they farm cocoa, bananas.
Oh, damn it.
Coconuts. I saw a rice paddy over yonder. It's to the north.
Pretty sure there's a corn. This is a
and corn. Yeah.
Corn.
Stop it.
Corn.
Please.
I know you're a Slaneshi cultist, but I like corn.
Oh, I thought you were doing something else that was dumb. Anyway.
I mean, both of them were dumb, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'll shut up now. Yeah.
Alright, so, do you want to go over how Blue 4 is going to attack, or how Green 4 is going to defend?
Well, I did Blue 4 attacking last time, so I'll take Green 4 defending this time.
Alright, go ahead.
So, this is a search and destroy mission, which means that there are a number of caches for the attacking Blue 4 force to find and blow up through whatever means necessary. The first one on the west side is in a nice little HQ building, surrounded by some HESCO barriers and a plantation field. As far as the terrain, it's relatively flat, a few hills here and there, but I can really see, you know, in regards to the terrain, those 113s being really good for spearheading and breaking through certain defenses of Green 4. You've seen some sandbags and stuff and emplacements scattered along the plantation, like you mentioned. But without any real AT, it's gonna really come down to the personal skill of Green 4 here to take out any gunners of those 113s. The 113s can carry, what, about 9 people in the back? Mm-hmm. So if they're able to breach in and unload about a squad or so of infantry near-ish this HQ building, I could see that doing well. The south has a bit of a water hazard, but the 113 should be able to traverse it pretty easily. Similar story with the north, but I really think with those 113s, they should be able to just kind of push in further on, it's going to come down to personal maneuvers and tactics on a platoon level. But there's not a ton of flexibility for either side. A lot of flat terrain, a lot of foliage, a few defensive positions to really focus on, but it seems fairly straightforward. The only thing I could see that really would put a kink in Blue 4's plan would be if Green 4 were to get a good position on the hills to the north of the plantation, or using the battle towers on the south side along with that kind of those hills on this. I would call those hills on the south side as well. So if Green 4 is able to bait Blue 4 in effectively once they take the first objective, and then kind of pick them apart as they try and push the second or third, I think that would be the best way for Green 4 to defend this, personally.
All right. Well, with Blue 4, we've got the 2 Hueys, we have the 2 113s. 113s are amphibious, so that does mean that Blue 4 can attack from any vector or go completely mobile around, and with this being a 50-minute round and the 3 AOs close together, that does mean they have quite a bit of time that they can do maneuvering. If I was Blue 4, I would probably go for some sort of pincer strategy, because I'm not a fan of how the all eggs in one basket attacks go for a unified flank, because it just means that people can easily get picked apart. One note of worry, though, is that the AO itself isn't really filled with cover. Now, I wouldn't know that as the attacking commander, but that would be something I would have to adapt for once we actually get sight lines on the AO, so there is going to have to be a lot of smoke grenade use. But I would keep this simple. I would probably do a direct attack from the west, and honestly, looking at the angles, I'm going to retract what I said, actually. I'd probably just do a full unified battle line, one group on the more northern side and one group more on the southern side of that entire western flank. Simply because there's rivers on the north and south, and the only alternative is I were to completely sweep my units around to the southern flank, which I'd only be able to comfortably do by air, because Green 4 might fan out and try to watch the northern and southern flanks of the AO itself, because they have the opportunity to. So you might as well just go down the main gate. Maybe deploy a Huey worth of dudes on this opposite side to the east and have them push in and harass the rear, but otherwise I would keep this pretty unified. But that's just me.
No, and I agree with you. Using those 113s, especially without a larger threat of AT, like you said, there's still some RPG 26s scattered around, but the MAT team is that Igla to counter the Hueys. So I really do think that pushing in just kind of straight on from the western side of the AO is going to be the best thing for them to do. I would still, like I said, be concerned about the northern and southern flanks of those hills and the battle towers, especially on the southern side. Watch out for those for flanking fire and kind of striking you in your side or your rear. But yeah, using those 113s, I think, will be a pretty decent way to just kind of pierce in.
Let's go over these 3 sections. Let's start on the westernmost, and then head to the east. So easternmost is a big area that covers a lot of room, but it is focused on the HQ building here by the radio tower. What do you think about this for the defenders? How do you think they would defend it, and how do you think the attackers would have the best way of coming in on it?
The western one? Westernmost one?
Yes.
Hard to say. I think if the attackers were to, looking from the objective itself, the southwestern hill where that guard tower is, will probably be a good way for the attacking Blue 4 to kind of survey the area, see the foliage that encapsulates it. Once they push down into the plantation itself, there are a few low stone walls that they can maneuver around and use for cover. But other than that, like you said, it's flat terrain using the foliage for concealment, not cover, and there's a big difference between the two.
Yeah, I mean, I love watching PvP on farms with, saplings and trees because it's really easy to get completely screwed over in those types of areas because there is pretty much no cover. It's all about who shoots first, who has the angle on who first, and I would love to see Green Fort do a proper fortification around that spot. But let's talk about AO number 2. I'll take this one. Really, it's exposed to the north. We got a little bit of defilade going up to it, but then it's all open field pretty much around it. I could see Green 4 fortifying the military base right next to it, making Blue 4 think that that's where the cache is and just have it be hidden by proxy. But there's also a few village buildings to the east that could also have a few guys in there just to engage anyone that comes down. Because, again, you have a lot of open area. I could also see maybe 1 or 2 guys hiding in the cornfields, but not too many because that would give you away. And I also love how we have a nice little bunker to the side right here that just is, I don't know, just right there, you know?
Let's give it a warm welcome.
What do you think about Sector 3? Oh, go ahead, sorry, yeah.
Well, with Sector 2, you mentioned, having a bit of a false defense with that HQ building on the western side of the circle. The Blue 4 attacking team don't know exactly where the cache is, so if we've seen it before where if Blue 4 defends somewhere that isn't the cache but is in the circle, the attacking side focuses on them and kind of assumes, but with good reason. So if they're able to replicate that kind of mentality on the Blue 4 force, that could waste some time, especially on the second objective, and possibly, give Green 4 the win based off of time. But moving on to the third objective, this is very much a Tanoan little village, the head of the plantation, as it were. So you have a number of buildings, alleyways.
Yeah, sure, Baz, go ahead.
Very tight angles.
You got a minute left, though, so.
Fail funnel is the word that comes to mind, looking at all these little passageways, doors, windows, everything. Piercing this is going to be very tough, and with the cache itself being in the yellow building on the eastern side, it is on the ground.
Barb, your mic cut out.
No, sorry, I heard someone join. I didn't realize Bassbeard joined us. I thought something went wrong. No, all good. I just got confused for a second. No, the cache being on the eastern side of the objective area in the yellow building, I think will make it a bit harder for the attacking Blue 4 to pierce
identify it.
They gotta, exactly, to identify it. They gotta push through the compound on the western side, or possibly the compound on the northern side. Southern side, they've reinforced it with H barriers and bunkers, but still getting to there is going to be a task in and of itself.
It is exposed from the east, though, so if they get on those eastern hills and look in there with a scoped rifle, they could potentially spot it. Anyway, mission has begun. Bassbeard asked if he could jump in here and give us a rundown of the brief, so Bassbeard, what do you got?
So when making this mission,
oh my god, why is he so loud?
I play a lot of Rising Storm Vietnam, and I love the mission and love the game, so with this new mission being involved in the new mod pack, I just had to give it a spin. There was this section of the map which had a lot of like fields, as you can see. It's like a plantation type building as you've gone over.
Had to turn them down there.
Initially, I had given Blue 4 a few more assets and had given Green 4 the advantage of 10% advantage numbers. The idea being that they spread out, they take on their overwhelming force by spreading out, booby trapping, using the demolition blocks they have, using their engineers to the finest degree they can possibly do, but also they have the option of turtling. They can always peel back and hold these buildings they have. There's a lot of interior. Most of these buildings are enterable, which essentially renders the Hueys redundant because they can just hide in them. They can't be seen, they can't be shot, and the Hueys have nothing to report. They can't see no enemies, they can't shoot them. And then it just leads down to a CQC with the M133s.
He's not a burly American.
Provide smoke cover. They can, as I think we've seen me do before, which is why I love the vehicles now, you can just go straight through whatever the hell you want and blast smoke out, and nothing's going to see you coming.
Speaking of which, sorry to interrupt you, but we're already having our first engagement. Forward element of Green Forest pushed out to the hills about a half a click west of the first AO, and they're engaging Blue Fort before they even get close to the area of objectives.
This is exactly what I kind of envisioned for Independent. Just go and slow them down, hit them, just start running. Take a few shots, start running.
Green 4 had a KIA though.
Doing.
That's
Mito going down.
Yeah, they did have a guy down. Took a bullet to the brain and never got back up. But still, I'd assume they kind of played the long game, working down the clock from the very beginning. Now that Blue 4 is, you know, they're not too far removed from their spawn, so the fact they've already gotten in contact is, like you said, Bassbeard, gonna slow them down a bit.
I don't think you really want to rely on a run down the clock strategy with how close the spawn was and how close the AOs are together. Also, Blue 4 did deploy a far team to the eastern side, as I figured they would, so they might be able to spot out the third cache and engage it, since Green 4 seems to try to be proactive with a lot of its forces on the west to stop the main force coming
Ghoster with the Igla, looks like he got eyes on the Huey and trying to get a positive lock.
He can hear it.
Get it. He can see it too.
Yep, he's aiming for H1 right now, but he might get blocked out by the tree. If he looks right, he'll have a better angle on the other one. And he sees it.
Oh yeah, the other one is dead.
And it's flying away from him too.
There it goes.
That's gonna be a hit. That has...
Goes out.
Yep. Engine's still good though, because it was away from him. It would have hit the tail. Real life, it would have torn that chopper apart by knocking out the complete back of the chassis, but he's still gonna be able to fly with that. And the Mat Gunner, I believe, has 3 rockets.
That is accurate. He has one in the gun and 2 in the assistant.
Oh, Pierce is spinning around now. He's lost control and he's going to be spinning in a death spiral.
Yep, but what he's doing is he is gaining altitude. He's going to then, once he gets enough altitude that he's comfortable with, commit to a direction, and he'll be able to get out of that death tailspin. Blue 4 has also deployed 2 guys to the far north. I believe that is a marksman team comprising of Flood and Kevin. Let me quickly confirm that real quick. Yes, it is, and they got the,
sorry.
They have a 20-round Mark 14 with an MOS scope. And now you have that main force fighting with those Green 4 guys that originally ambushed them, and they're now in defensive positions trying to further slow down Blue 4.
Pierce has managed to pull himself for the auto-rotate.
Yep.
Sorry, the auto-talk. Although he's going to have to be sticking to 130 kilometers an hour to maintain that speed, otherwise he's going to start spinning again.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to find an LZ to safely land and then either go on a flood or trying to repair it, but let's see what happens. And yeah, I'm almost a little surprised at how forward Green 4 is holding. We're actually seeing Nordy shooting backwards towards the east at Blade. I don't know why.
I mean, so far, Green 4 has had 4 KIAs, and Blue 4 still has not had a single one. So Green 4 needs to consider if this strategy is still viable. I just saw a 5th guy get dropped for Green 4. That would be Paladin and Echo 1. And Green 4, I think, has just been getting too much caught out of position here and picked off by Blue 4. If Green 4 keeps losing men, it's going to be a lot more likely that Blue 4 is just going to steamroll the objectives.
We have 2 different groups coming in from the south-southeast, as well as this further group to the east, coming in real close to Garrett and Ghoster, where the Igla was launched on Pierce's Huey. I don't think they were quite aware that this was the position. I'm sure they heard the missile launch and went to investigate. But otherwise, this is pretty advantageous for Blue 4, all things considered.
Ooh, Pierce crash landed back at spawn, by the way. So I think the other Huey's coming to pick them up. But they're still alive.
Yeah, they survived that, and East is patching up Pierce's wounds.
All right, so Green 4 still...
Sorry, go ahead.
They'll probably be the chopper guns, and they'll have a pilot, co-pilot, or be funneled to the front or at a different flank to just join as infantry. But Blue 4, so far doing really well, getting, I believe it's still 5 free kills. It's actually 6 free kills now, and Green 4 hasn't been able to put a dent in them. So, interesting how that's working so far. But Green 4 now needs to take this to a guerrilla fight. We got Green 4 from the second central cache engaging the marksman team, firing at Green 4's forces. I'm not sure. It looks like Vonk got hit a few times by marksman rounds because I see some blood pooling under his texture. But let's see. Kevin, he's got a lot of dudes firing at him. He's being really reliant on the fact that no one has any scoped optics here. He's getting caught on a tree branch here, not realizing he is getting stuck on that. He just took a hit because he's still there. I don't know what he's trying to do here, but it's not working. That was kind of interesting to watch.
1-3 is not used in a more line-breaking position.
They're being used more as support assets here because they don't want to be blindly charged in and then taken out by some Green 4 guy that's left behind with AT. Because
they don't know that Green 4 doesn't have AT, which is kind of the crux of this all. Like I said, there's still some RPG 26s, but there wasn't any real RPG 7s or dedicated AT role.
We have Martin suppressing a battle tower with severe fungi, blade, and acid pantalones. That 50 cal can penetrate and potentially kill people. But I do love how Acid is, he's not at the exact western spot of the battle tower. He's actually in the center of it, bipoding and firing out, trying to suppress the gunner, as both are basically just trading rounds, trying to get a lucky headshot.
I'm loving what I'm seeing on the southern front. Blue 4 just firing blindly into the forest. Maybe a few tracers or reports coming in.
Gunship coming in, doing a strike.
Level this fucking forest with whatever they have, but it's not effective at all. So they're wasting ammo, wasting time, wasting attention towards these flanks, which is just going to continue to slow them down. We're already about 10 minutes in.
Ghoster is trying to line up a shot on that second Huey, but if he fires, he might alert Ketch and Farks to come down and engage his position.
2-on-2 might be worth it for killing a Huey, but that's a decision he has to make.
Still not a single Blue 4 KIA. Vonk is now down for Green 4. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Green 4 kills. Blue 4 has had an incredible start so far.
Yeah, especially for an attacking team against the defending team. I mean, it sounds almost obvious.
If Potato was up there, I would have laughed.
Blue 4's numbers advantage, having an early lead on Green 4's numbers is very reassuring for their chances of victory.
Look at the westernmost cache right now, and look at where Potato is. He's under the fortification, leaned over. That is such a cheeky spot, but that is expected from the defenders, so Blue 4 will have to watch their ankles. But with 7.62, he could easily knock someone to their feet and then get the headshot as they do the knockover animation. So really cheeky strategy there, and really hard to counter without blowing up the building, which in this case, Blue 4 might want to try to Vide for with how everything's going.
Yeah, I don't think it's not a long-term play. It's very much he'd get a few people at best, but given their position, I'm sure that's what he's willing to do. Give his life for 3 others, potentially.
Echo now engaging with the easternmost garrison. We finally had a Blue 4 KIA. Upon Echo, that was Dr. Killinger. But we got sideways down, some grenades going off again. Green 4 doing their best to try to hide in the fields here, but it does not offer any good cover. It is merely concealment.
Yeah, and that was my concern going into this. The fact that it's all concealed.
Look at that beautiful battle line Blue 4 has here.
You know, a hot knife through butter. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean bullets can't pass through and kill them.
We could potentially have Ghoster and Garrett, though, come on the southern side of this Blue 4 offensive and do some significant damage. However, if they are spotted early by Farks and Ketch, who both have their binos out, but they're looking far, they're not looking close, they could potentially get shot in the backs themselves. But Green 4 really needs to rack up some kills here to start whittling down, because Blue 4 started with that 15% numbers advantage. And they've just been able to maintain it, and if they keep doing that, and people trade 1-to-1, Blue 4 is going to have a very easy victory on this objective.
I mean, yeah, now that...
Concealment instead of cover, my bad.
Eastern side working their way into the most eastern cache. I don't know. This is a very interesting situation. The Western Front, which is much more heavily garrisoned for Blue 4, they're going to be able to push in a lot more easily with the attention of the back garrison drawn to the east. So this could be very easily a steamroll for Blue 4 now that they've gotten their, their gears going, and yeah, they're on that tail relative to the first objective.
Green 4 starting to suppress Ghoster and Garrett's position. We also had an explosive go off there, miss PIDing, but we might see. So Garrett is trying to tap Valhallen. Valhallen quickly gets into cover here. Valhallen returning fire. And we now have Ghoster trying to fire in the back of Blue 4 right here. Not managing to land a headshot as the privates here have no idea what's going on. Olaf going around, not wondering what's going on either. So Ghoster still has the element of surprise here. Now trying to pick off pads. Now going for Olaf. Gets a few hits in his back. And Vormulk, he's stuck crippled. He might get knocked out. And there's that kill.
Ooh, good kill, good kill.
Blue 4 now making a smoke charge up to the westernmost cache.
Wow, yeah, I haven't seen one of these in a while.
Yeah.
Adding more concealment to the concealment that's already there is a interesting strategy, but it's going to work out for them because Potato's the only one there. And he's
Green 4, yep, Green 4 has pretty much pulling back to the easternmost cache since it's the most defendable. And I believe they'll be able to repel the eastern attack. We do have people sneaking through the fields here for concealment. We got Mountain crawling up. And then I still think Ghoster and Garrett could do some significant damage on this flank because Blue 4 hasn't really noticed. But we might see Farks and Ketch potentially try to get behind Garrett and Ghoster and take him out from the rear. As I say that, Garrett gets taken out by the privates. Ryan finally noticed and got a great headshot there. And just getting suppressed right here. And Ghoster gets knocked out. I don't know from what. That could have potentially been Ketch. He's looking right at him with binos right now. Or it could have been Farks, who is changing his mag, so it's more likely it was him. So great closing of the gap by Blue 4 there.
I think that was a stray round from Wiki or Guy Ferry. I think that was friendly fire.
Even, of course it was.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Their rounds are going straight over his head. Yep, I think that was friendly fire.
By the way, Potato's dead. But I don't see any dead bodies around him. And I don't see any blood around him, so I think he was just picked off as Blue 4 was coming close. And I guess they just saw him.
He was sprayed down by the M13. They just ripped apart the HQ building and they caught him in a
Nice.
Well, did he move inside to the inside the building?
No, he's still under it. He just caught a stray round from penetration, which just means he has really bad luck.
I'm not even seeing his body, but I'll take your word for it.
Green 4, we got 3 guys that are closing the gap here, firing on Blue 4's northern attack group, not realizing they're right on top of some dudes. Fist not turning around to notice. Dreek now turning around. Fist still confused. He gets tapped in the head. Cosmonaut's turned around, though. He is now engaging.
Real quick, Potatoes in my chat. He was eating. He came back just to die. He was the building.
That's why you don't eat while you play FNF. Twig is down, Pop-Tart's down. Granny is trying to tap people. He might have been able to hit the gunner. No, the gunner in the 113 turned in. And now Granny's going to get tapped by Dreek. Nope, he changes positions. But Granny's taking fire forever. Pop-Tart's woken back up. Knocked out Warwick. He gets double tapped. Dreek's still up, frantically popping grenades, but they're a little on the far end.
Ooh, charge goes off. Charge goes off in the western objective.
Yep, and that takes out the first cache. Granny getting the kill on Dreek. Warwick waking back up, though, trying to line up a shot on Granny as he pulls back behind the tree. Grenade gets thrown. It's a little far. And that 113 is also pulling around. That's going to expose Granny to Warwick. Come on, Warwick, get the hit.
Side, we have Twinking and... oh, wait, no, you were talking about that. My bad.
Yes. That's okay. We got Nemesis and Nafs coming up. They might be able to get a hit on the 113 as reinforcements here. Warwick instead deciding to bandage in the open. Fist is also going to be bandaging. Cosmonaut also bandaging. This gives Granny an opportunity to do something, but he's too fixated on the 113, not realizing there were more Blue 4 dudes that close by. As that's going on, we got Blue 4 trying to close the gap here on the easternmost cache, but they have a Green 4 force that could potentially attack them from the south and try to do another flank. So Green 4 doing their best here, but Granny's down.
Yep, both of them are down. Just Nemesis and Nafs, like you said.
Maz round going in the bunker. That fun guy and Severe are to the southeast. It hit the outside, though, and had minimal effect. Hey, Gore, how you doing? Potato got penetrated. He got turned into the meal.
To note about FNF missions is I'm not sure how it is from the commentator's perspective, but I play a lot on the infantry, and having meeting and playing a lot of these people, watching from the spectator side, it is kind of gut wrenching to see people you've played with, like friends you've made, fighting against each other and just tearing each other
the double taps
in this big bid for the win.
It gets brutal.
It really does. Watching some of your friends just
gun
down others, just
I get the juices flowing for me,
It really does.
So we got Charlie 2 for Blue 4 running right up to where Lazy Rug's position is. Lazy getting double tapped by Bucket's handgun. Jesus. And now they're coming up. They're tapping Lolo as well. Lolo is crippled. He's the Green 4 marksman. He took another hit. And now you got Daniel and Edwin trying to roll away.
Up on the northwest side, Nemesis this play took down 2 people, got a kill from it, but now he's made himself
adjusting, engaging fist, mag dumps his head, Cosmonaut waking back up, and then immediately tapped by Nafs.
Very good teamwork from the 2 of them, and that's a good 2-man team taking down a 3-man team. Martin now with the 113, aware of that AK fire.
Yep, they're trying to look for him.
Pointing the turret back west. So they're in a very precarious position now, because that M2 will hurt them a lot more than their AK ever would.
I have no idea where Mountain died. He was pushing up here last time I saw him. So Blue 4, meanwhile, that eastern group is actually pulling back. They've got the helicopter here. I think they're going to get extracted and potentially redeployed somewhere else. Maybe because they found that Boston, aka Ghoster, was killed with the Igla, so now they're going to be a lot more comfortable moving.
Nemesis is dead.
That sucks.
Yeah, Martin pulled up with a 113 and
tapped him.
Structurally superfluous new behind it.
Yeah, they're putting more rounds on him, but I think Blue 4 might try to just air assault another squad really close as AO. As, honestly, looking at the roster, not a lot of Green 4 guys are still alive, and Blue 4 still has at least 80% of their force here. It's a pretty nasty bloodbath at this rate. Lolo trying to tap Vargan. But will Drake react? Shoot him. It's a headshot. Only got some body shot. There you go. Good job, Drake. Good job. I was just coaching Drake on shooting Lolo to the south. We had an explosive. Yep, that went on cache 2, and now there is 1 more cache remaining. Blue 4 now ready to encircle at this point, but they're going to start with a unified push from the west.
Yeah, Blue 4's in a great position here with a strong attack coming in on both sides of the AO. Actually, no, not quite as much as I thought. There's still some guys over to the northeast that could come in on
this round went by quick.
Flank for Green 4. But otherwise, Blue 4's main force is going to run right into these defenses that Green 4 prepped for them. Not to mention the little village that they have going itself.
All right, yep, we got the helicopter mounted. It is coming in. It's got a full group of people loaded up in it.
Oh,
and it is flying super low.
Patriot.
No. No, he's actually going for it. Oh my god. AT goes in. Blue Fort mass deploying. What the fuck did we just witness?
I saw 2 people die from that explosion.
Of all the things I could have thought to happen when I made this mission, that was nowhere near.
Black Hawk down, Black Hawk down.
I think Blue 4 knows that they're winning and just did that to fuck with things.
Major East, it just mag dumped 2. Wait. I don't know if that was Green 4 or not, actually.
No, Major East just killed a Green 4 guy. He has a rice hat on. Major East bandaging himself, getting double tapped by Bart. Everyone... Hold up, Patriot woke back up. That was... I mean, I guess that distracted for the rest of Blue 4 to come in, but...
Now they're pushing him.
I guess if you have the manpower to waste, why not?
Oh, explosive charge comes out. Actually downs 4 people. That's the best.
Oh, yeah!
In a long time.
It's a good one. Finally, a proper explosive trap. But now does Green 4 have enough to repel the main Blue 4 charge here? I don't think so.
Firefighter wakes back up, but Germania, Montgomery, and Burial are all still down from that charge. That combined with the Huey, this might be Blue 4's undoing.
Slim is one of the guys that died, by the way, in that charge, so he's saying he had fun.
For the time being.
So I got someone that was in the helicopter charge in my chat saying that was the most fun he's had in FNF ever so far. And I don't blame him, but that, like, from a commentator POV was ballsy, to say the least. Oh, man.
Witness me is a term I think of most appropriate.
Yeah, Blue 4 has their foot in the door here. We still got Patriot close by. He was bandaging himself. I think he's just hiding at this point. Green 4 down to less than a dozen guys, 9 specifically, whereas Blue 4 probably still in 2 dozen. Actually, I lied. Naps came back as a marksman. He's on top of Rockies, firing in the backs of some of the Blue 4 guys as they move in from the west. Let me look at the map as well. That's it. So Bucket's coming from the south as well. Nursk and Marv, I think, were also from the southern side, so they cleaned up the rest of those Green 4 guys. Blue 4 now has eyes on this cache. At least I think they do. All they need is to fire AT through the window, hit it, and they will win. But I think they're going to breach and clear this, knowing they have the advantage at this point. I mean, they got 9 free kills in the beginning. I'm not surprised. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like you said, down in front of it with an RPG-26. If Mannerheim pushes up, steals that RPG...
Explosive trap went off, but it was a misplay by Green 4 because it knocked out one of their own dudes.
I don't think Mannerheim knows that Luna's here.
He doesn't care.
With a mag jump. As Martin just wastes the guy in the corner.
Luna thinks he's being suppressed, but in reality, he's just getting shot. The cache is just getting shot. Luna just watched Smed walk by. Sio's coming up. He's going to tap Luna. And yeah, I mean, that's going to be it. Misu wakes back up. But now here comes the mag dump. Rocket from Sio. He primes the law. And there's the hit. GG. Just as Misu got the kill on Sio, if he was a second earlier, he might have been successful. But
played from Blue 4.
What the hell?
Surgical. This was surgical. Despite all of the bullshit that Blue 4 pulled for shits and giggles, this was really a textbook assault for the attacking team.
Pretty good mission, Bassbeard.
Thank you. Looking back on the initial assault, I was expecting a 2x2 trickle where they send in one force to kite away some of the defenders, and then they hit it with another bigger force from another angle. But instead, that helicopter just turned into a wild rush, named after Fred. Just send everything it got, just throw it at the wall and see what sticks. And well, they had the numbers. They had the numbers to stick it, and it stuck. In the first edition of the map, we saw the same thing, except the 15% advantage on independent for the lack of assets. But that was changed after the mission vetting, and we got what we got. I must say, it must have been a blast for both sides having to deal with the mission. And hopefully the feedback channel hasn't blown up against me. So time will tell. But thank you for having me. I think I'm gonna jump off the night.
Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Shall see you tomorrow, Liru, for the siege of Jadaville.
Oh shit, is that tomorrow?
It is.
Yes.
There are spectator slots. Don't you worry, Barbarian.
Shit. Okay.
Alright. Oh, I'll see you guys around.
See ya, man.
See you around.
All right, everyone's still on the multi, which is great.
Real quick, I want you to look at the asset list for this next mission, specifically the first one for Blue 4.
Script courtesy of Ghoster. Oh, God.
It's gonna be one of those. For now, let's
And they're fighting an MI-24. All right, let's go downstairs.
And a good shout out, because I saw the guy slumped over.
All right, break. If you have been on the attack all night, you all may go, as soon as I get to see the game, you all may go Op4 if you have been on the attack all night.
I believe 29th has.
You defended first round, Drake.
Oh, that's right.
He says. My memory is shit. Did we?
Cow did one of both.
We attacked all night. Chad was attacking all night.
That's fine. If you've attacked all night,
We
go
attacked
ahead
both.
and slot up.
No, sorry. We defended one. We just defended one, yeah.
So,
memory.
First, actually.
If you have defended all night, you may go Blue 4. And real quick, one at a time, what are the communities that are slotting up for?
121's an op for.
AA BPL's op for.
And I believe Chad was going up for as well, yeah. Alrighty, let's get Tau and Scandy on blue. Let's get second MRB on blue. Go second platoon.
This is round 3. CSUN, we actually are adding Mogadishu to TSB's next map list, so I do intend on trying to recreate a real Black Hawk Down scenario. I have done some historically accurate battles in the past. I still need to redo my 73 Easting top, though, because Kidal murdered that, but I'm actually going to go AFK 1 second. I'll be back in a minute.
Individual players, you all may slot on red. Let's get ML on blue. $242 on blue. Let's get the 29th on red. UPSC on blue. CSC on blue. Let's let these numbers stabilize real quick.
Hey Nielsen, you can let Hudson grab the SL if you want.
Alrighty, let's get Fubar on blue. Let me get UDS on blue. 1RW come blue.
UD is slotted in as op 4 as we attacked.
Oh, you slotted in an op 4. I'm sorry, I didn't notate that. You're fine. Stay there. If you are not currently slotted, go ahead and come blue. I got a second MRB guy that wants to take second platoon.
Well, if you could take Alpha 1 team leader, that'd be great.
Hey, Manor.
I've already been team lead this round.
You don't have to, for team leads, you can do it again.
All right, if you are not slotted, please come blue. And I'm probably going to snag... Is there a group that had a little bit of numbers? All right. Can I get 2 individual players from Op 4 to come over to Blue 4? I don't care who you are.
Okay, cool.
Oh, it's still the Cursed Apache. It has a
I'll go Bravo 29th.
an M134 minigun instead of the 20mm cannon, and it has flare rockets, which do the same amount as damage as a 40mm.
Lead, he got to step away for a second.
And flares.
He'll have to slot himself. It's hard for us to slot with this many people. Mannerheim, are you coming back in?
Am I out?
You disconnected. Yes, Joel. On Blue 4, please.
What?
And can you take second platoon?
Can I take second platoon?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You can take it if you don't mind.
Firefighter, will you take Delta 1? Alrighty. I need a volunteer for company command on Op 4. And while you all are getting that squared away, I think Twiggy is my Blue 4. Twig, get your company together.
We have combat engineers,
We are
Anderson.
looking pretty good. Somebody's got that nice echo.
Is a 20mm cannon?
Good. I know people are slotting around a little bit. Look at LAT Anderson. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good.
You
Do
want
we
to
need-
combat engineer on attack?
Yeah.
Can I have my Gulf, my Foxtrot units? If you could go down to that 117, maybe, that would be great. Or just you guys can stay in Foxtrot 1, but you'll be with Patriot, so people are together. That would be great.
I've got people coming down to me.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I take it back.
Oh, we did golf gunner.
If you would like, sure, Winnow.
Alrighty, I need a volunteer for company lead on Op 4.
Take it, Drake.
He did just lead first platoon last round.
Yeah, but there's no one taking it, so that's fine.
Come on, my man.
Alrighty, Monty, get your platoon, not your platoon, your company together.
Yeah, triple 17s are among the deadliest assets in Friday Night Fights because they're super mobile. They've got the 20mm, it's either 20mm or 40mm grenade launcher. The GMG has been rescripted to be 7.62, but with its mobility and 50 cal, can still murder a lot.
Wait.
What?
All right. Second platoon leader's been filled. Mannerheim needs to be back in his slot, and firefighter needs to be back in his slot, and you go everywhere the hell you want.
God, that scared the shit out of me.
Hang on. I've called for him multiple times to slot. Are you sure second platoon's leader's been filled?
Well, if somebody vacated it.
All right. If you're not slotted, you all can. Actually, now y'all can slot on red. There's been a lot of people that's dropped off that side. So if you're not slotted, go ahead and slot red. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push into map screen.
All right.
Honestly, I don't even know what that reads this week.
Oh, is this my idea, Mountain?
A fancier, a silent night.
No.
All right, let's get a brief from our mission maker.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mountain. This is a mission you might have played in EU Round 3 a few months back, but I've modified it to give you some more fun stuff. So it's PLA versus UK. UK has FN mini-me's instead of just standard 240 Golfs, and PLA just has standard OPFOR loadout. You have a lot of assets to play with. Good luck. Have fun.
Questions from our company leaders.
OPFOR's good.
Blue 4 is good.
Alrighty, this is the last round of FNF. I thank you all for coming this evening. It's been a lot of fun rounds. Let's get it cracking. Round 3 starts right now.
All right, jump up to casting. I'm gonna keep tutorial going.
All right, third and final round of the night. I'm excited.
Yep, so Silent Night was done a few months ago. Actually, no, about 2 months ago, I want to say. Round 2 of EU does ring a bell, but he has modified it. Now there is going to be more of a focus on air power here. But I do remember this op having a few desync issues, and it was never fully finished because the server crashed out completely. But Blue 4 was able to get sectors... Actually, they're not named. They were able to get the northernmost one. They got the center one, and I think it crashed in Hupaka, but I might be confusing it with a different AO as well, because I think Hupaka has been used quite a few times. So he hasn't changed up where the caches are, though. They're still in the exact same location. So if people remember, then it might be a little bit of an issue. I do like how he's added a few things, though. For example, the central cache, he added, I forget what this specifically is called, but it's a vanilla building. It has a window outlooking, so it gives a little bit of cover to the top part of that cache area. And then you also have the village here with this one cache in this building back here. So, last time, OPFOR did a all eggs in one basket strategy. They just held the town of Hipaka, and they had a minor garrison in the central cache that pulled back. But what ended up happening was Blue 4 stole one of OPFOR's attack Vics and just started messing around with Blue 4 in that regard. They were forced to blow up their own, and Blue 4 would have won it. But I'm pretty sure I'm confusing it with another one that was done this AO. I just can't remember entirely. We also have a nice we have a nice flag next to the Russian flag at OPFOR spawn. That's a nice touch.
And adjacent to that, on the Blue 4 spawn, we have a nice UK, American, German, and POW flag set up by the Blue 4 spawn. So that's a nice little touch.
Hello, these guys are Chinese, but there's a Russian flag. I'm actually confused now.
I mean, Russia did join CSAT in the Arma lore, and that's what sparked the alt.
Then where are my 20, 30, 35 Kabatas?
Kabatas?
Oh my gosh, wait, no, UK has they've got the snow skis.
Pardon my French, but fucking excuse me?
Look at Blue 4.
I'm not seeing any... Oh, I see them now.
They got snow skis.
Wait.
You can't use them, but they have snow skis.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I remember the first time you brought me, Az, and some other people over to BIA, and they had...
Yeah, it was that op with those on the backpack. Don't remind me, that op was cancer.
Yeah, it was literally Modern Warfare 2, and it ended in a nuke that really wasn't justified. But yeah, they had skis over there. These are BAF, aren't they?
Yep.
So that's pretty neat.
You can't use the skis, so
wish they could have
big
used
sad.
Wish they were, you know, properly coded and whatnot. But apart from that, yeah, the AH-64 rescripted seems to be in good order. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what the deal is with the MI-24, if it's the same deal. I'd assume so, but you never know. Now Sparky's in my chat correcting me on the official Arma lore. Yeah, I'd be glad he's not schooling you on what is and isn't correct.
Oh, he does. A lot of people do. That's because I am horrible at this game, but, you know, I have plenty of people that tell me what for. Anyway,
Can I get a clip of that saying Liru saying that he's terrible at this game, please?
Anyway, we've got UK with their standard 5.56, 249 Bravo. Actually, no, M249s. I think the 240 Bravos instead of the GPMG, general purpose machine gun. You got the two 11117s, two armed Humvees, which are 50 cal, and they have a little bit of extra armor on the top to help prevent the gunners from getting shot. We have the Apache, which is being taken by Nightshade and Mountain. And just a bunch of transport Humvees, but these are the 8-person transport group, so they can fit a lot of people. Regardless with that, again, Blue 4, last time this AO was run, they started, did an all eggs in one basket approach, took the northern group, then the middle group, then the southern group. Actually, I do think I am confusing this with another op, but the one that they did play, they were successful in blowing up the cache in time. So, Defenders lost that one.
I know what you mean.
And then Op 4, we've got the Mi-24, no fancy scripts, but it doesn't have any rocket pods, but it does have the 7.62 coax. And trying to see if there's anything else. They do have 2 static cords. And the BRDMs are already driving down south. So we might actually see the BRDMs try to intercept Blue 4 convoys here. There is a lot of room here for Op 4 to intercept Blue 4 transport convoys. But sending both at a same angle might not be the best idea, but I can understand why it's done as well. Because if you're Ron and Blue 4 deploys the other way, then it's a wasted opportunity. But at least if you keep them together, if one gets screwed, the other can still support it. But at that point, if it gets screwed, then it's not really worth sticking around at that point. So I think just by having 2 on one angle, they can hopefully get more kills. Again, both of these have 14.5 millimeter, 50 round main guns, and then you see that little barrel next to it. It's a 250 round 7.62. So 14.5, really good for spraying into vehicles. It will tear apart those 11117s. It'll also tear apart the Apache if it gets low enough. But the 7.62 would definitely be useful for spraying, into the canopy backs of some of these Humvees where you can have, 6 or 8 guys sitting. So we'll have to see how Blue 4 does their strategy. Are they going to stick with what happened last time and make it work? Or are they going to try something different? And are Op 4 going to do another unified defense on the southernmost objective, or are they going to separate out a bit more? I do see a truck going up to the northern group, but it is only driven by a single guy. And yeah, go ahead.
So, the fact that this is search and destroy, the caches need to be physically destroyed as opposed to, say, sector control, where the attacking team needs to only step foot into the AO without any opposition, means that there's a lot more potential for cheeky defensive plays. Like you said, we were saying the truck come up. It only has Catch in it. So Catch, if he gets on the truck, we'll see if he's a combat engineer or not. And if he is, it doesn't seem like he is. He's actually a marksman. So this is an interesting play. But the fact that the attacking Blue 4 team have to destroy
a few weeks ago,
like I said, gives a lot more flexibility for
Op 4. It was Blue 4 defending. They slaughtered a full squad.
And react to the attacks in this op. And that doesn't necessarily mean explosive traps or anything of the sort, but like baiting them into an objective and then kind of picking them apart, or expecting them to attack this objective versus that objective and setting up an ambush to counter that. There's a lot of things that could happen. I'm like you said, I am very excited to see what these BRDMs do. There was a mission, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, where an armored vehicle like these BRDMs was able to kill an entire squad because it caught the attacking truck full of like 13 individuals off guard and just sprayed them down with a heavy machine gun. So if they're able to do that, that's a great advantage for Red 4 that very easily could turn the tide of the battle before it even starts. But that's yet to be seen. I'm still very anxious to see how these helicopters play against each other, I will admit.
History appears to be repeating, by the way. Op4 is going to invest everything in the southernmost area, so I'd be willing to bet Blue 4 might do a northern push again. But we'll just have to see. I think what the Blue 4 Apache needs to focus on is first reconning the route, and then trying to find the 24 and take it out. That way the 24 doesn't spot the convoy or try to do any harassment.
And that'd be pretty good. I mean, I'm assuming that both of them have been rescripted so that their cannons are 7.62 by 51 NATO. Those M134 miniguns. So limited effectiveness against each other, but still a lot of effectiveness against ground forces. Otherwise, lots of Humvees, a couple
I don't know why
up-armored
Catch
ones
is up
with,
here.
one's got an M2, actually 2 with the M2s, and the rest, I believe, are transports. As usual, the 117s have been rescripted, so they have a 50 cal and a 7.62 as opposed to a GMG and a 50 cal. But apart from that, it's pretty well balanced, I really do think. It just comes down to, like you love to say, PvP and tactics, which is really what it should boil down to. Using your assets properly and using your men properly.
Let's see, Blue 4, otherwise they are mostly mounting up in their Humvees here, getting my camera over. They are separating. We do see one crew next to one of the M2s. I'll be curious to see how they divide that all up. But they should have more than enough to take everyone in these mix. We already have 4 Humvees that have driven down, separated by what I believe to be Fire Team, and then Mannerheim is a platoon 2 HQ with his guys in there. So basically every fire team or squad element getting their own transport Vic, which is nice. That lets them separate things out, not overpack any single vehicle to risk it getting intercepted by Op4 and taken out early.
As you fear to do, and rightfully so. 3 minutes left to go.
I just want to see the 24 and the Apache duke it out, in all honesty.
Oh, of course. The duos going up to each other. It is worth mentioning as well that the rockets that the Apache has are illumination rockets. I don't know if the Hind has anything similar. I don't think so. It doesn't make too much of a difference.
Oh yeah, Shack Tac I guess continued a while ago. If you want something up to date, do DUI radar.
You would have to hit someone like an infantryman directly with a rocket to do any sort of damage. Otherwise, they do pretty much the same shrapnel and explosive damage as a fragmentation grenade.
I'll be curious if they actually use, like in an emergency situation, if the Apache tries to do a rocket run on the 24, if that'll even do anything.
Yeah, because the Hind is fairly well armored. It would have to dunk a lot of rounds. Maybe it would get lucky in killing a rotor, but apart from that, I don't think it would be super effective without landing about like a dozen.
28
hits.
rockets.
So, the potential is there, and that's all that matters for some individuals. Mountain and, who's the other one in there? Mountain and Nightshade working together, like we mentioned before. FNF veterans know that what they're doing both in ARMA and in FNF. Lots of potential. Expectations are high, but the reality will probably be disappointing in the end. Only time will tell.
Helicopter spooling up for the last minute here. They're getting ready to go. And the Mi-24 is still chilling in the back. We'll have to see what happens. And they're spooling down.
Powerful. Yeah, as far as the northern and central objectives being abandoned, I don't entirely blame them. I feel like human intervention and expedience could really do a lot of work on the central objective. Northern objective is pretty sparse, not a ton you can do there considering the environment between the buildings and the terrain. The southern objective has obviously seen the works as far as upgrading and entrenchment, and they've actually done a decent job at preparing for flanking attacks and a rear attack. So excited to see what happens as the mission is starting now.
There goes the Apache. 24 spewing up as well. We'll have to see how that goes. Meanwhile, Blue 4 went down a little bit, and they are now going in towards the west. I'll be curious to see what route they decide to take from there, and if there's any separations here. The 117s have broken off and are holding for the moment. That's a little risky. You probably want one 117 to at least lead the convoy, unless they have an armed Humvee in front, which they do. All right. So they might use those 117s for recon instead and have the convoy defended by the Humvees, because you never want to leave anything undefended. Otherwise, it could be intercepted, whether it be a ground convoy or even an air convoy. Last week, we had an Mi-24 pick off a unarmed Little Bird when Blue 4 had an armed Little Bird to escort it, but they chose not to, and the 24 had easy pickings there. But towards the side of the objective, we do have the BRDMs also coming up, and the Mi-24 coming around the southern side as well. Meanwhile, Blue 4 helicopters on the northernmost corner outside the map, I think overwatching the route. History's just going to repeat on this AO. Blue 4 is going to go for the northern objective, and then the middle one, then the southern one. Op 4 has gone all eggs in one basket here. And there's nothing really to it. They've got PV2 catch back here on the northern objective to scout it out, but does he have a long range? He does not. He's a marksman. So does he even have the radio range? He might. It's going to be a little faint, but he is just on the border of 2 kilometers for a FADEC. It's messy. But now we got the Mi-24 coming in.
Range or actual range, because effective range...
Max range 2 clicks, effective range 1.5 clicks, so I'm not sure if they'll even hear him.
Yeah, that's a good point, then.
You got the Mi-24 high. A snowstorm has started. And that's going to make spotting that ground convoy a little bit harder. And the Apache still on station in the back corner.
Yeah, and like you said, history repeating itself. Attacking team in this general AO, sticking to the northernmost ASR slash... Actually, no, that is definitely an MSR. So sticking to the northernmost route of approach. And yeah, it looks like they are definitely going to be attacking north to the south. But they do have that BTR manned by a Severe kind of on that general vector. If they turn left this next intersection, they could find themselves a very good treat, and they actually stop. Ooh.
So now we have the Apache going to where the Mi-24 was. Does the Apache have longbow radar? I actually didn't check. They do not. All right, so they don't have any way to track that Mi-24.
Yeah.
But Mi-24 is pulled back. I think it's just holding defensive. That or it... I mean, we still have Wreck AFK back here as part of Charlie 2. Well, there's no vehicles left back here, so if Blue 4 gets wiped, we're just probably gonna have an admin call it. And honestly, I don't mean to make this sound rude or anything, but this is gonna be a pretty boring round until the end. Because of, it's just history repeating here.
Well, that and the fact that, you know, we're seeing Red 4 do that all eggs in one basket, the Southern Town of Blue Paka, who they have essentially all of their forces down there, for better or for worse, you know, and it's gonna be a while. And especially now that Blue 4, sorry, I thought they were dismounting, but they are not, so I'll retract my statement. And as I say that now, they're starting to dismount.
So we might have a BRDM coming up this MSR. If it decides to take a left on this SSR, it could get into a striking position, but nope. It's going to stay going north on that MSR, and maybe it'll come back around, but it's going to take a few minutes. So we'll see. MI-24, meanwhile, it's circling around on the south, and the Apache has... They decided to get out and refuel it, question mark? Yeah, it's out of range. You're gonna have to move it closer. Okay.
I would ask you to explain this to me, but I don't think you can.
Explain what to you?
This, the Apache. I don't think
what?
Anyone can explain this to me.
Have you ever had to refuel an Apache, man? That thing's a gas guzzler.
Not from a gas station, and not, you know, 10 minutes.
It's American, of course. Well, actually, no, you're right. We're not fighting in America, so they can't just park at a Shell and refuel that puppy. They're still trying to inch it closer.
They're still.
Oh my god.
And yeah, now Mountain is very much concerned about killing the main rotor with the gas station.
No, they can do it.
I wish I had your optimism. I'm just checking.
All right, he's gonna do it. Mountain's gonna fly it close. Nightshade's gonna walk him in and tell him it's okay. Meanwhile, MI-24 might make a run on Blue 4 forces here. All right, that's close enough. They'll be able to refuel it on the gun pod.
I mean, it really doesn't hit it doesn't reach the fuel tank, but it
No. See, they got it. The fuel tank's right there. See, it's refueling. Easy. Everyone knows the fuel tanks on the Apaches are on the wings. Duh, where else would they be? Otherwise, MI-24 making passes over the Blue 4 assault wave here. Not sure if the MI-24 spotted anything. I'm going to go into the third person of the gunner. They might have, though, but it is hard to tell. Oh, God, from up there, you can't see shit. There we go.
Liru, the Apache's being rolled up on by the fucking BRDM.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you actually...
And off they go on their patrol. And they're gone, like they were never there.
Are you kidding?
I wish I was. I wish I was. They literally just rolled past. They could have, with that 14.5, pierced the.
You gotta give them credit that they
killed the pilot.
I guess they powered down the engine at the right time and didn't hear it over their own engine and their tunnel vision because of the driver. Now they clearly hear the Apache.
Had a commander.
Then they just, yeah, you're right. They had 3 people in there. That's no excuse. You gotta always have one guy looking left, the commander looking right. Like gun left, command right.
It's not rocket science. You're piloting a fucking piece of metal. And now they're hiding down in a ditch because I guess they're now scared of the Apache for some reason. I'm pretty sure it literally can't kill them, but go off, King. I'd say I'm surprised, but at this point... Meanwhile, towards the actual objectives, the majority of Blue 4 has dismounted and are approaching on foot to the town of Saint-Pie, and gonna be getting this first cache relatively uncontested. Cache is still over there waiting, potentially with a an explosive charge. I'm trying to find it.
There is no explosive charge because Catch is not a demo guy, he's a marksman. Now you got Ryan moving up to the second sector. No, he's not, he's just static there. I think he's just chilling. He's the other marksman. Op4 just has marksman. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either, and I stopped trying to get it a long time ago. I'm just vibing out to my music right now. What music you got playing? You said you switched up to
Homeworld tutorial. Just something chill, relaxing. Great to see BRDM's murder Apaches with, if they could fucking see.
Yeah, isn't it?
Ooh, wait. We might have the Apache and MI-24 run into each other.
Like, literally or metaphorically? Yes,
literally.
Metaphorically. Well,
they're flying, Apache's flying right under the 24.
And because the other one has radar, they don't see each other.
Wow, no, you might be right. All right, well, Apache's gonna do a low pass. Gotta remember, there are Iglas on both, Stainers on both sides, which are the better AA in my opinion compared to the Igla. But Apache making a close pass, but it's not actually that close. You can't hear it from the AO itself. Now we're just gonna wait. Blue 4 is gonna start encroaching on the first cache. We got Catch right here, who I guess will be able to at least watch it happen, but he doesn't have a radio to do anything about it. What's he looking at from this angle? And he's got a decent sightline from under that tree. He is pretty well hidden with that white camo. I also like how we have some proper white camos now for both PLA and British, because last time there wasn't really any good white camo, and the Russians stuck out like a sore thumb. Yeah, the US guys were pretty well hidden in that regard. 24 now coming around, making another pass on Blue 4's position. I, again, don't know. We do have the pilot looking left and looking right here. I'm switching between both of their views, but I don't think they see anything because this snowstorm sucks. Pilot now looking right out at the Blue 4 advance here, but it's really hard to tell what's down there. I honestly can't tell if anything's moving down there, but some pilots might be a bit better. He keeps trying to adjust to get better angles.
Yeah, Nightshade is he is looking right at it, so he might be able to zoom in. You go to first person, it might not completely accurately reflect the actual viewpoint of that gunner. So he could be spotting that out for friendly forces, saying, hey, a lot of them are over here. Not a ton of them are going to be in those other two objectives. And with the majority of Blue 4 forces inserting themselves into that northern cache site, could be well-heeded advice.
I mean, Op4 is going to know that cache is hit in a moment. We also have the Apache parking on the southern side. I'm going to get on the viewport of the Apache gunner.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's probably seeing all this movement, all these fortifications.
Woo! I watched that on Nightshade's POV.
So did I.
Oh!
So did I.
He's trying. The engine's down.
The engine's out. It's a done.
Oh!
Second missile comes in.
Not stealthy enough. Drake now bandaging himself, dropping the Igla. He has done his job. He no longer needs that thing. Well, if it's not BRDMs, it is Stingers. Excuse me, I said Igla. But either way, all right. Apache down without doing anything really sufficient except parking by a gas station. That's what you get for going on the cheap option, except for the premium. But guess we'll never know. Still would have been cooler, in my opinion, if the BRDM killed it, but now we're going to have Blue 4 take this cash, and it's going to be some more waiting. Maybe the 24 will do something. Who knows? Oh, my God.
Open up with that very distinct MI-24 Gatling gun on the nose. So, again, really wondering if that's been re-scripted or not. Well, I legitimately don't know. Otherwise, yeah, I'm sure the Apache got the word out in time. If it was relayed up to them, or up to the rest of the forces, then they should know they're without air cover and without much assistance. But we do have now both BRDMs pushing around the rear end of Blue 4's approach. They're coming down this MSR. They'll be within contact in 2 minutes, I think. Less than.
Catch has eyes on Blue 4. I don't know if he has radio range with his radio. I guess we're going to find out. But either way, everyone's going to get prompted when that cache explodes. Actually, no, they won't be prompted, but they'll, like, notice it's not there on the map anymore.
They should get prompted. I'm pretty sure they'll get prompted. And if they don't, then Catch will call it up.
Well, he might be out of radio range, but at least, you know, someone will be paying attention to the map to say something.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. And sorry, real quick to answer, what's that? The missile knows where it is at all times.
Oh, shut up.
Where it isn't.
All right, you have been timed out for 300 seconds. You cannot say anything for 5 minutes. Thank you. All right, finally some peace and quiet. Anyway, Blue 4 is just going to start sending half of their force to the central cache. Ryan is overlooking that one, the other marksman. I doubt Catch will try to make any shots. Maybe he will, and then try to get away real quick. And Barb just poked me saying he's going to drink now, and I should go F myself. Naturally. Anyway, 24 also flying over. Not sure if it's going to notice that Platoon 2 HQ car, because again, the vision here is really, really bad from the air, so doing any sort of air recon up high is not that viable. But you can understand air not wanting to go super low, because if you do, then you get the same fate as the Apache did. Otherwise, we do have Blue 4 with a 1117 going around the southwestern border here to try to see if that flank is okay. Blue 4 crossing really close from Op 4's marksman right there, but I doubt that marksman is going to make a call to make a shot. We will see if he does, because his character will flash white. And we saw those BRDMs in the back. I think he might be in radio range with those BRDMs to tell them, hey, there's something here. And we did just have the 1117 fire. It is firing down to the south. I guess firing into the tree line here. I think it thinks it sees something over here and is just trying to pick something off. Meanwhile, you have the 24 flying over. You got Pop-Tart from Pluto turning around and looking up. But I don't know where that Charlie 2 gunner is. Let's have a look on the roster real quick. Right. Rek was at base. He got killed. And then Vonk is the actual... No, I don't think we have a Stinger gunner for the ground team, so they're going to have to rely on the 1117s and the 50 cals to snipe out critical systems or the pilots of the Mi-24 in order to take it out. But otherwise, we have this battle line going down. That cache has not been deaded yet. I think Blue 4 has... Who's the demo specialist that's staying back? They're probably going to demo it later just to not give away their position here to keep Op 4 guessing. Yeah, so they got the demo right next to it, but they're waiting till they get closer to the next objective to see if they can jump it. But we do have the 2 BRDMs coming in from the east now. They're going to pull in, potentially hitting Pop-Tart and Granny in the rear here. You can hear that Mi-24 circling again. You can now hear it firing on something in this AO, and the BRDMs are starting to push in. Ooh, Severe's BRDM might see Pluto and Granny running. No, they do not. What about the other one? Come on, if you have two vehicles, you gotta have one gun facing left and one gun facing right. These are two really easy kills right here. Both of them have a commander too. God, they're blind today. This is really obvious. And instead the BRDMs are focusing on trying to shoot vehicles on the rear. I don't think Pop-Tart or Granny here have any AT. But that's, you gotta focus on that close security, excuse me. So Ghoster we have back here, doesn't have any AT as well, he does have an LR. We could see Blue 4 try to call for some AT. Oh, we have the Stinger guy. Okay, so Sideways took the Stinger. Okay, so we got morphed into Charlie 1. But we don't have any laws around. Hold up, we got one right here. We also have a 117 moving back. Alec, I think, is looking. These two BRDMs coming around. They're firing over at Snow, who went prone. Do we have any AT ready? No, we do not. Those BRDMs are going to get away for free. Firing up at that group there. We still have no Blue 4 KIAs, though, except for the Chopper crew and Rek, who was just back at base. Stainer fired and got a hit on the 24. Tail rotor appears to be hit. And I guess the engine is too, because they're going down. Ah, man, I was about to say, please tell me that didn't just audio glitch me. I don't want to hear that for the rest of the stream.
Yeah, that'd be about as annoying as your voice, but hey, it's down.
User LCPL Liru timed out Barbarian for 5 minutes. Reason, insult. JK, you can speak.
I'm glad you're allowing me to speak on my own stream. But yeah, with both hinds down, that's a complete, you mentioned that there's going to be more on air power this time, and both of them have been taken out more so than any other.
Yeah, it's okay. I can be disappointed just like my dad. Anyway, 117 has taken out a random Gaz.
Daddy doesn't make you my dad.
See, I wasn't making it weird. I was just making a self-wounding joke, and then you made it weird. Yeah, I don't know why you did that. Please stop. Please stop drinking, too. It's not good for your health. Anyway, they blew up a Gaz at Op4's spawn. It was just part of the original spawn roster. They were thinking maybe it had a bit more. I also know this community, they don't like any types of, guys hidden in trucks to shoot them. They'll just quickly suppress those damn things. But Blue 4 now setting up to do a unified attack on the central cache. Both BRDMs are along the MSR here, trying to set up a counteroffensive. We actually have one of them in a barn, and the other one might be on the outside, but it is starting to engage up to, I believe it's trying to hit a 117, and it is now backing away.
Yeah, Ruinous 117 is backing up. Did AT strike that completely stationary and unmanned gas truck that was fired?
No, it was 117 mag dumping it with 50 cal till it exploded.
Okay.
All right, Northern Cache has been deaded because Blue 4 were found out by the the BRDMs. We now have one of the 117s firing 50 cal up into Mito's BRDM. Severe trying to now fire at the other BRDM from the barn. Jeez, the 117 with his BRDM from the barn.
You sure you haven't been drinking?
Getting him flip-flopped. No, I am just tired.
Understandable.
And we also have Platoon 2 HQ of Lolo and Galil sneaking around. They could, I believe they're another marksman team, because usually Galil takes the marksman rifle, and that is the case there.
I gotta say, I love this kind of blocking force that the two BRDMs the two BRDMs have going with each other. Just kind of holding this MSR defending it against anything coming this way towards the final objective that they're defending.
Otherwise, Blue 4, they're going to get a team right into the ammo cache. They're first clearing out a bunker, just making sure it is completely clear. I don't see any explosive traps on the cache itself either. And then Blue 4
is himself a combat engineer, so
he'll just be able to det that immediately. We also have a pincer maneuver going on right here. We have Blue 4 with Alpha and Charlie on the western flank. They're going to proceed to push to the final objective as the easternmost flank only sent one group in to dead it, but Delta is going to continue on as a forward force. Meanwhile, the 117s are still contending with those BRDMs. Patriot is dead in that 117, excuse me. And that gives the BRDMs a little bit of an advantage here. Again, that 14.5 is really nasty to deal with, and I think they're now going to try to knock out Wuna here, who is has no choice but to return fire. He could get in the driver's seat and go, but I think he just wants to duke it out instead. A lot of fire coming in. That BRDM is actually trying to maneuver into cover to allow the other BRDM to engage. And it is also going to remaneuver.
Satchel crash goes down from the satchel charge. Ooh, Mito's BRDM, both front wheels being taken out. 3 wheels actually on it being taken out. I'll call that a mobility kill. It's still effective, but it's not going to be able to move at all.
Yeah, even with severe spare wheel, that's a bit of a loss there for that BRDM. They're just trying to basically prevent the 117s from moving up, but this is letting the infantry push up, and I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Echo lend an AT guy or two to that flank to take out those BRDMs up close. We also have Ryan, who was watching this position. He might have seen Rhino and freaked out. And then Catch is going to start working his way into the AO as well. And we also have Vagrant here. Oh my gosh, he's a Velociraptor. He's prone bugged for me. Get him. I love it when they're like this. Because for everyone else, they're prone, but he could be standing up, and he can do a lot of jukes. I want to see him murder a lot of people. Come on. Otherwise, Blue 4, we have what appears to be a 2-to-1 ratio on the pincer maneuver. Probably a northern and western side attacks here. That western flank, though, is going to have a big kill zone in the middle that they're going to have to contend with, but there is a little bit of a dip that they can use for cover in between. And Vagrant is hot on the tail of this Blue 4 group. He hears the Humvee, that's why. Here he goes. Oh. He pauses for a second, checks left, makes sure he is not being flanked, but he is still good. He's only got an AK-74U, but he can still do a lot of damage. He can hit sideways in the back, steal one of their guns. Sideways, he is the senior guy, so it's not going to be too effective. But BRDMs-wise, you got Mito pushing up with that BRDM to potentially try to engage those 117s again. Oh, Vagrant's gonna get right behind sideways. He knows it. Oh no. In the distance, you hear those Vics firing at each other. That would be the BRDM opening up on the 117. He's gonna try to set up a firing spot. Knocks out sideways, and then he ducks away. The Velociraptor, always hunting, as Vonk has no idea how to react to it. He goes guns up. He looks left. He looks right. He backtracks. Where is Sideways? He does not know. Sideways, he calls out. But there is no answer. Because Sideways was taken out by a Velociraptor.
Are you okay?
Now Sideways, he's looking back at those gunshots. He's wondering what just happened. What's going on? And Vagrant, he's over here, checking his gear, drops his backpack so he's even more stealthy. And he's sneaking
What's up
in.
your backpack?
Shut your mouth.
Makes a lot of noise.
And now Vonk is moving in. He knows maybe there's more. Maybe he'll double check Sideways' body and steal his gun. But Vonk has no choice but to move on, not knowing what happened to his buddy Sideways. But he cannot care for now, as the Velociraptor rests, trying to look at its prey to make sure it's dead. What he'll do with it, I do not know. Maybe he'll take its gun and confuse weapon PID as he gets behind more Blue 4 dudes. Or maybe he will continue the hunt. But what I do know is he is running out of time, as Bravo 1 has AT'd the remaining BRDM. The other BRDM is still in the barn, though, with the downed wheel. And that's what I was worried about. AT would come around and hit these BRDMs. Mito desperately trying to get in, taking a lot of fire. He's able to make it. But looking up, we do have 2 guys down, actually. Ryan, I think, engaged these guys. That or it was the Vix, but we do have a 1117 smoking up to the north. Actually, it might be both the 1117s down, because I don't know where the other one went. Interesting enough. And we got Granny now looking around for Ryan. I think he might have spotted him. And we got one of the BRDMs pushing out without a wheel, trying to blindly suppress into the forest, not knowing where the attack is going. Otherwise, Vagrant here, still sneaking around as a Velociraptor. But he is not going to find any more prey as the trail goes cold, because Blue 4 is pretty much starting their final attack on the AO here. So unfortunately, I doubt the Velociraptor will be much help anymore. But Blue 4 has started their eastern attack here, and they are going to push in. I believe Barb is dead, by the way. No way to tell, but we have Alpha and Charlie still maneuvering on the western flank. But the larger group is going to start pushing in, but Op4 has a pretty good defensive line. Barb, are you actually dead? Barb?
No, I'm not. I was playing dead from my chat because I kept watching myself on the monitor and just playing possum. But
okay.
Yeah, you were scaly. I didn't know you were so interested in velociraptors like this.
No, I have as a joke, whenever someone's prone bug like that, I call him a velociraptor because I've been talking about the Great Emu War op we're going to do in a month or less.
What the fuck did those two things have to do with each other?
I don't have emus, but I have velociraptors, and velociraptors will tear your throat out and make a good Arma op, just like emus did in the Aussie War.
What fucking mod?
Look up the Emu War!
I am well familiar with the Emu War.
God, Blue 4's getting fucked on the northern flank there. Daniel's down, Lazy's down. I see some additional bodies. Really good defensive work on Op4 as we have the combat start to kick up. But now Blue 4 is turning on their western approach, now heading northeast to close the pincer. No vehicle support for Op4. It's just going to be pure infantry, but Blue 4 still have their armed Humvees, and they are intending on using them.
I'll be honest, I haven't been following the pattern of this battle in 15 minutes. Ever since the helicopters went down,
wow.
Kind of lost all
Blue 4 is going for a full-on encirclement. That's really risky because they're stretching themselves thin. Already the northern group has been mostly taken out. It's up to the northeastern group to continue the attack as the remaining groups continue to set up. But if they get caught outside the actual town perimeter by Op4 and just picked off, Op4 could still win this round. And we're actually going to see the 15-minute mark get called in...
2.5 minutes?
Yeah.
Or no, is it 50 or is it 55? I always fucking forget.
105 is the end time,
yeah,
so.
2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Ooh.
There's currently about 17 minutes left.
Other BRDM that was pulling away got sniped by 50 cal from the surviving 1117, excuse me. Looks like they were able to get both 1117s back in working order, actually. And they are using those to pretty much pick off the BRDM. Engine is dead. Now you got people just basically trying to bail out and return to the town perimeter. But having those 1117s now come into the town and attack from the north will further stretch Op4's perimeter here. But Op4 does have a good perimeter around this cache. They just have to hold out and keep Blue 4 from advancing. And they just have to last for another 16 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yeah, Severe's BRDM has gone down. 117 laying into us some more 50 cal fire. Was the other one taken out, or? I think it was, because I'm not seeing it on map. That's a pretty big deal for the defending OpFor side. Meanwhile, on the eastern side, Zine is all lonesome. Lazybug is down just a few, just a couple dozen meters away, but he needs to get over to them, and he is under some pretty intense fire as the rest of this southern to southeastern.
He might do something,
tries to push
but if he runs through that open field, he's gonna get gunned down. We got Catch, the other marksman, coming up. All right. Overall, I mean, the eastern attack wave is now down to 3 people. The northern still down to 1. Zine staying on the outskirts. Delta decided to maneuver, and now they have an open field between them and the AO, but they might be able to push in and get on the outskirts of the AO, the outer perimeter. There's the 15-minute warning call, by the way, because OpFor doesn't have any there, because, again, they're slightly stretched thin here. But we'll still have to see. Otherwise, Alpha Charlie still having this long-range fight. Crack a lightning and thunder. I love it. And we have Charlie, again, stretching thin here, going for that encompassing attack and pushing up. A lot of smokes deployed. And we have Herb right here in a bunker, but he's too busy getting distracted by Alpha here. So some of that distraction is working. It's allowing Bluefur to get in close. They might be able to get a shot on Herb right here. Definitely heard that launcher sound, but it knocked out Stodinger. Now the Humvee is blindly suppressing the Bluefur as well.
Pierce is pushing down that MSR with his 117. Severe still in.
Ooh, Herb getting picked off by the Alpha group.
I love what Severe's doing. He's just kind of playing possum. I don't think anyone in that is down at the moment. Yeah, Severe and Fun Guy both fine. Rhino's coming up to investigate, though.
No, Vagrant got fixed.
Oh, and so he's back in the turret. Goes for the 117, but goes for the PKT instead of the KPVT 14.5 millimeter. Rhino is actually a combat engineer.
He's putting a satchel.
Charge. I want to see him arm this shit.
That 117, the crew's dead because the dish cord fired into it, actually.
Shoeless gets it with that cord.
Nice. Fun Guy bailing out.
Fun Guy hops out. I really do hope Rhino set it on a charge. Or, sorry,
on
a timer, not the clacker. Because he absolutely did set that charge.
I mean, he's going to still get it, though. Oh, Severe surviving. Bails out. Fun Guy was outside. He took the full brunt of that. It actually made the BRDM flip.
Powerful. It flipped over to its right, too, when the charge was on its right. I don't know.
Rocked it. T4 Herb wakes back up. He's folding in, but we got Bluefur intermingled in here. Bluefur dropping a small group inside. Immediately shooting out some of the OpFor defenders here. They're checking the warehouses first. We have got Malkovic dropping the 2 Bluefur guys there. Gunner waking back up on the Humvee.
Wake the fuck up, Samurai.
Oh, and he gets double tapped by Malk as well. But Bluefur, I mean, the line for OpFor is broken. They are within striking distance of the cache. As I say that, Montgomery sniping Clown from my favorite spot in the warehouse building.
Yeah, and this whole group over here near Montgomery's position.
T4 Herb pulling up right behind, not realizing these are enemies. Wait a second. Hello. How are you doing? What's wrong, guys? Hey, hold on. Yeah, wait, this is awkward. Yeah, no, we're okay, guys. Yeah, we're all on the same team. Let's go. Let's get this bread. Yeah. So how's your day? Yeah, just, everything's okay. Totally natural here. Is this part of the script? All right. Well, I'm going to start by dropping elk here. And I completely missed. And I can't take this seriously. How do you miss a headshot point blank? What just happened?
I don't know. I didn't see it because you didn't tell me where it was. But I did see Montgomery's mowing down a bunch of dudes on the southern side of the objective. And yeah, you're saying that the line's broken, and you're not exactly wrong, but they're still holding a very...
Op 4 has a... They got a new pincer here. They're closing it. Severe, meanwhile, getting his crew in the stolen 117. We still have Vargran and Snow. Vargran is no longer a Velociraptor, but they need to sprint back in the AO so they can be useful here. Snow, does he have AT? No, he does not, so he can't do anything on that 117. But again, Op 4 stolen a Blue 4 vehicle. This happened in the previous time this was run, and now they might use that to try to confuse the enemy. So Vaunt getting GL to the face. Blue 4 kind of stuck on this advance here, but we have other groups closing in. Rhino running up to Choop and shooting him in the back of the head. Nice. Gosh, what a great Hillary Clinton there.
Okay, now you're just trying to steal my shit.
We still got Malovich looking around. That Blue 4 attack has kind of died down as well. It's down to 2 people. Fist is unconscious in the open. Anderson trying to reach out, pick off Flood, but Flood manages to pick off Anderson. Could still wake back up. Martin trying to get a return fire kill. Martin, again, the one of the head honchos behind FNF. He manages the servers. We got Firefighter here with his gun out. I think he dropped Hudson. Nielsen gets killed, instead decides to demo a charge and knocks out Sholand in the building next to him. Firefighter might do a double tap, but that was a little selfish of Nielsen there. And now you got Elec breaching into the building with the cash.
So Firefighter passed over Sholin's body.
And there goes Montgomery.
Sholin woke back up.
Nice. Sholin got the tap. Grenades getting thrown, and now you're going to start seeing a mag dump of the cash by Elec. Killinger running up. Grenade knocked Clown out. Killinger, you need to make a move like right fucking now. What are you waiting on? What? What?
They're just mag dumping it. They'll get there eventually.
Killinger was gonna get behind them and shoot them in the head from the... I don't get it.
On the cash. Just throw frags from the other side of it and from outside or something, because mag dumping only goes so far.
If you want to see combined arms, Thursday at 3:30 when we have OFCRA, they did a mechanized fight yesterday. It was great. That's where you go for combined arms stuff.
You need to counterattack against them. Killinger's the closest person. There it is. Blue 4 wins because they magged them the cash just enough.
Killinger could have went in and killed them, but he decided not to. I don't know why.
He didn't. He decided to not live up to his name and then gets hit by a rocket.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't get it. Oh, BRB. All right, that's... what the fuck was that? But 556 down is different from 545, so I don't know why he mispid'd that. I don't know, but yeah, there were some mispid issues in that entire op, but who the heck knows at that point? Anyway, guys, my name's Liru. This has been FNF. We will be back next week for another 6 rounds of PvP, 3 from the EU branch, 3 from the NA branch. I'm going to quickly look on Twitch and see if there's anyone good to raid. Actually, no, I won't, because I will be back in like 20 minutes and we will do some random mission development. So, yeah, have a good night, guys. I'll be back in a bit for that. But otherwise, cheers. Have a good one. Go operate operationally. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will hopefully see you in a bit.